Okay, we are live, I think. Hopefully the levels and everything for the sound is okay. Wait for a minute here, and then we will. Yo, hello Kama. I'm doing something a little bit different today, hopping back into DCS, and we are going to run one of these campaigns that I bought for the A-10. That off. Been doing good. Pretty easy day today. Get stuff set up. Alright. How was work? Actually, I didn't really do any work today. I went over to my friend's place basically and did some small work there. Alright, I'm gonna get ready to hop into this campaign here. This is a 10 mission campaign for the A-10C 2. And it's supposed to basically be a realistic simulation or recreation of Red Flag, which is the big military operation that happens in Nevada every year. So it says Iron Flag is a training campaign for the A-10C. The goal of Iron Flag is to expand on the training missions that come with the module, and to teach you new things not found there. Also to go more in depth on some things that are included with the module and explain some of the tactics and rationale behind employing the A-10C and its systems and weapons, so that you and your hog emerge more lethal. So the whole thing is to basically learn more about the airplane. You're not home yet? Yeah, hopefully this will be a pretty fun campaign, we'll see. Then it talks more about the people who made it. They talk to real Air Force pilots, A-10 drivers, on the subject matter. And it says Air Flag Part 1 is split into 10 training missions that focus heavily on many of the systems used for flight, navigation, and emergencies, including CDU functionality and usage, TACAN navigation, ILS landing, which I've never done an ILS landing in the A-10, so I have no idea how to do it. Emergency flight control usage, TAD, and SADL saddle functionality. And everyone's favorite aerial refueling. I'm actually looking forward to the aerial refueling. I haven't done a lot of that in DCS multiplayer because it always lags a bunch. Part 1 of the campaign also introduces you to effective employment of the A-10C and its weapons. Missions focusing on the Dismiss and CMS systems, TGP usage and functionality, air-to-air application of the gun, AIM-9s, GAU-8. And the combat employment will be covered in more depth in the second part of the campaign. So I'm not sure if the second part is out yet. I don't think it is, but for now we're going to be doing it. So let's go ahead and jump in here. We got fully voiced, we got voiced lines and everything. So should be a really fun campaign. Go ahead and start it. And already we got documents to review. I guess I'll go ahead and read this. My name is Justin Armstrong. I am a captain in the 124th Fighter Wing 190th Fighter Squadron of the Idaho National Guard. Okay. We just came to Nellis Air Force Base for a few weeks of intensive training, In my normal day-to-day life, I am a civilian airline pilot. I mostly fly A319s, but years ago when I joined the 124th, I trained on A-10s in their A variant. Now I am back on duty, and together with several of my colleagues, we'll be transferred to Las Vegas in order to familiarize ourselves with the A-10 Charlie. Okay, so it's kind of a familiarization thing. So maybe it's not red flag. I'm not really sure what's going on. When we arrived, they told us that the first thing we would need to do is forget all we've learned so far. Yes, the airframe is the same, the engines haven't changed, the cannon still goes BERT. But all the rest is new. Different GPS navigations, MCFDs, targeting pods. Alright, got that. You may wonder why they need National Guard pilots now. We have all been following the news from Iran and the Middle East, and it does not look good. The nuclear deal with Iran didn't go as expected, and the IAEA experts were thrown out quite some time ago. The tensions rose high, and a new wave of sanctions were introduced. Okay, so this is kind of putting us in the Iran-Iraq conflict scenario, which is cool. Tried before and moved. Things are really beginning to look ugly down there, and everyone with even limited knowledge of world affairs can clearly see that we, meaning the Army and the USAF, will be going there pretty soon. And we might need to stay there for quite some time too. So here I am preparing for the inevitable. Just before my first familiarization flight on the A-10. Of course, I spent many hours in the sim, but this time I am to fly alone with the IP for the first time since the A model, which was quite some time ago. Time to review the notes and get ready. Okay. Objective, things to practice before the mission. Oh god. I hope it doesn't involve too much. In this mission, you will train startup procedures on the A-10C as well as the basic takeoff line. Okay, I can do that. It is recommended that you finish the training missions included in the module. Yeah, I've done that. You should also have sufficient knowledge of layouts of instrument panels. Yeah, got that. We recommend that you read the following parts of the manual before attempting to fly. Cockpit controls, aircraft startup. I think I can handle that. I think that's fine. Also, mission data cards and Nellis diagram are available in a separate PDF, which can be found in the mission document drive, or in the knee board, Shift K within the pit. Make sure you go through them before commencing the mission. Okay, nice. Designer notes. Currently, due to some problems, IP may hold very close behind you before takeoff and enter. Okay. Airbrake emergency. Track the vehicle. Bug. Okay, we can pretty much tackle that. What do we got here? Situation brief. Flight overview. Training start from cold and dark. Communication with the element and with the AT checklist. Takeoff. Timing in the pit. 13:55 local time. Off shocks not applicable. Players. We're going to be 2 A-10Cs, Tusk 2-1. So our flight lead is going to be Ian Biff Morgan, looks like. And then Tusk 2-2, which is us, that's Captain Justin Kermit Armstrong. Okay, mission preparations. Time. Board. Stroke of fuel 3,000 pounds. Blood, weather. Winds are 202 at 6, nothing to worry about. Broken 4,009. Holy crap, temperature 43 degrees Celsius. Is that real? Alright, specific brief. Tusk 2-2 will fly as a lead plane in formation. Tusk 2-1 will remain in close finger 4. Okay, so we're gonna be pretending to lead. Sensor responsible for deconfliction during the flight. In specific circumstances, will follow Air Force instructions. Okay, sure. Contact departure, maintain 5,000. Last wingman, procedures. This is our route here, so we're gonna take off. Fly that way, fly more that way. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. It's about time. So I don't have the text-to-speech on because there's gonna be dialogue and stuff like that, but I'll still be able to see you guys chat. And feel free to use the commands too. Just don't spam them, obviously, because they will make a sound. Alright, I'm gonna actually turn down the music here for a bit. We already went through all of this stuff. We got altimeter is gonna, what was it again? 2995. Even though it says alright, let's go. Turn your battery inverter to on and switch HF radio to main or both. On the default radio check with instructor pilot. Okay, sounds good. Battery on. Inverter standby. And UHF radio to both. On 251. And press space.
Tusk 2-1, Tusk 2-2, radio check.
Tusk 2-2, loud and clear.
2-1, copy you, Lima Charlie. Hey, go ahead and drop the canopy for me so you can hear me a little bit better. It's going to be the silver switch near the bottom right corner of the front dash. Let me know when you have that down and locked.
Roger. Got it, down and locked.
Okay, sir. Canopy is down and locked.
Alright, man, let's either go with one, lead, or my call sign Biff while we're in the pit, cool? No more of that sir shit.
Nice.
Copy that, sir. Shit. 1, copy that one.
That's funny.
So today's sortie is going to be short and sweet. We're going to go over taxi, takeoff, landing, and shutdown together. I'm going to act as flight lead even though I'll be following you around. So I'm going to handle all communications and clearances through A-10C for the flight. Copy?
Very nice. Copy that.
Okay. Anything I should be aware of or know leading us around Vegas?
Just stick to the flight plan and everything will be cool.
What is the flight?
Roger that.
That's him right there.
Expected to know how to start the jet unassisted. However, I like to offer us going through it step by step to folks on their first sortie. It gives us a chance to break the ice on something low threat before we're even out of the chocks.
Yeah.
If you're happy to just press, that's fine too. Let me know what you want to do.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll walk through. So use F10 menu to choose the following: assisted startup and skip start. Jet by yourself and inform before. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the assisted startup. I mean, just like you said, break the ice, get more dialogue. Why not? Paid $10 for it, might as well use it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go through it together.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to pick up the checklist after the pre-flight and cockpit inspections. We're going to be in the prior to engine start section. After I give you a few commands, let me know when you've accomplished those instructions and we'll move on.
Raj?
Alright, obviously our uniform radio battery and inverter are up, so we're going to move over to the left console.
Okay.
Here you're going to find the radar altimeter. Set that switch into the NRM or normal position. That switch is going to be located just behind the throttles. While we're over there, we're also going to move the main boost pump switches into the main position and the wing boost pumps into the wing position. Those switches
Yep, boost pumps to wing, boost pumps main, and radar altimeter norm, check. Okay, sounds good. Set.
Now moving up near the top left corner of the heads-up display, on the canopy framing, you will find the accelerometer. I need you to press and hold the accelerometer reset button found in the bottom left corner to zero out our G. Next, on the right console, locate the electrical panel and set both AC generator switches to the power position.
Set.
Set.
Onto the CDU, which is behind the electrical panel. I need you to verify that the page select rotary knob is in other, and the steer point knob is set to mission. Since we're over there, also go ahead and set your oxygen supply lever to on, and your navigation lights into the flash position. I forgot to mention, but on the left throttle, you need to put the pinky switch into the aft position. That way, all of your exterior lights are working.
Other master switch for the lights. I always forget if it's control P or shift P. Pretty sure it's control P. Right? Okay. We'll assume that they're on. Damn, look at how dirty this A-10 is. What are we flying? Oh man, I didn't notice that. Alright, set.
Okay, all that is done.
Cool. Now we need to check out all of our caution lights. So back on the left console, just ahead of the SAS panel, you're going to find two buttons. One of those is going to be labeled Signal Light Lamp Test, and the other one is going to be Fire Detect Bleed Air Leak Test. So let's go ahead, press and hold the Fire Detect Bleed Air Leak Test one. While we're holding that, we're going to scan the dash, looking at the fire handles, making sure they illuminate, and on the master caution panel, we should see bleed air leak flashing.
Yep. Got all that.
Okay, that's good.
Inform me that you show 3 green landing gear lights next to the lollipop or landing gear handle.
Got 3 green.
3 green.
I need you to locate that signal light test button, which can be next to the button that you just pressed. Here we're going to hold it down and look over a little bit more of the cockpit this time as we have it held down.
Lollipop.
Go ahead and do that. And first we need to look at the emergency flight control panel, which is going to be next to your radio set. There we're going to verify that the aileron and elevator emergency disengage light function.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we're going to go to the SAS panel and verify that we see the takeoff trim light illuminated as well. And going forward from that, we're going to look at the lollipop or landing gear handle to make sure it's lit up red. We're going to look up on the dash to see if master caution, steering engaged, marker beacon, and canopy unlock indicators all light up. And lastly, we're going to have a look over on the right console at the caution panel. There we need to verify that all of the lights function properly with the audible tone coming through the headset.
Uh-huh. What's up with the
Stand by.
FNAF setup? How is this a FNAF setup?
Okay, that's all good.
That's all good.
Moving over to the fuel quantity and hydraulic indicator panel. Here is where we're going to test our fuel quantity. The first thing that we need to do is check the totalizer, which is the digital numbers. You should see 11,000 pounds of fuel. Is that what you were seeing?
Yes, I see 11,000 pounds.
Hey, firm.
Some lost footage gone wrong.
Fuel display selector knob into the internal position.
Is it actually too dark? Because I set it darker so you could see the keyboard better. there. Maybe that's better. Where was I? Internal. Yeah, got it.
Done.
Done.
Press and hold the test indicator button, which you will find to the right of the large fuel display selector knob. Go ahead and do that now. Alright, you should see each needle drop to somewhere around 3,000 pounds. The needles are allowed to be off 300 pounds, either above or below that 3,000 pound target. The totalizer should read 6,000 pounds, and it needs to be within 400 pounds plus or minus. So let me know once you have that done and if it's good.
It's good, it's good. It looks like at any moment a spook or ghoul will show up and blow you away. Nope. The only thing that's gonna blow me away is if I fail this introduction flight. That would be pretty, pathetic.
Okay, we're good there.
We're good there.
Right on. Go ahead and move the fuel display selector knob into the main and wing positions, taking note of each displayed quantity as you cycle it. You should see something close to 7,000 pounds in the main and about 4,000 pounds in the wing tanks, and that should add up to your 11,000 pounds of total internal fuel.
Looks good, boss. Looks good.
Yep, that all checks
Actually,
out.
it does look kind of dark. Let me brighten
Perfect.
it
Go
up.
ahead and cycle that knob for me back into the internal position. Alright, now moving back to the environmental system panel, we need to check out our oxygen.
Round and around.
So go ahead and verify for me that you have a good supply of LOX, which we should have the full 5 liters indicated by the analog gauge.
Yep, we got 5 liters.
Affirm, 5 liters.
Alright, now go ahead and press and hold the test button, which you're going to find to the right of the gauge. The needle should slowly begin to fall, and once it reaches 1/2 liter, we should see oxy low flash on the caution panel. Let me know once that has been accomplished.
Check.
Check.
Oh my god. He's got. I already like this guy.
10, we're going to have the mask on. Also, if we're going to be maneuvering around, we'll don the mask for that as well. Now, if we're just cruising below 10,000 feet, feel free to drop it. I know a lot of people give us shit, bust our balls, saying we don't fly high enough to need LOX. But with today's missions like Coin and the environments that we operate in, we have to fly pretty high sometimes, at least for a hog.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Raj, I think I heard that before. Seems like some things never change.
On ground to get our startup clearance before we fired up the APU. I went ahead and gave him a call before we stepped and let them know we'll be here on the ramp doing some academics. So we just need to give them a call before we start the motors. But for now, let's get the APU up. So what I need you to do is flip the APU switch next to the throttle into the start position. As the APU comes online, I need you to monitor the APU instruments on the front dash. Let me know once the APU is up and everything's good.
Alright, boss, I'll start your AP there. So I
Yep.
shouldn't technically arm the ejection seat. So hard to see the APs. Yeah, I did it. APU is coming up. It's hitting the red there. Okay, 100%.
Good start.
Good start.
Alright, verify that the left fuel pressure light is not lit on the caution panel. And since you're over there, go ahead and move the APU generator switch from the off reset position into the on position now.
Okay, verified. Okay. Think I did it.
Done.
Onto the CDU panel. So here we need to set the CDU and IGE switches into their respective on position.
Check.
Okay, both in the on position.
Checklist just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and get our Victor and Fox radio spun up. Now we need to do this so that you and I can still talk, but we can monitor the ground frequency at the same time. So on your Victor radio panel, which you're going to find located right behind the throttles, go ahead and move the frequency mode dial, or the far right dial, from the off into the TR position, and also set the frequency to 126.500, and stand by for the radio check.
Roger.
Set.
Tusk 2-2 radio check Victor.
Lima Charlie, Lima Charlie.
1-2 copies you, Lima Charlie.
Right on. Moving on to the Fox radio, which is the furthest aft in the radio stack. Go ahead and put the frequency mode dial into the TR position as well. Set frequency for 33.000, and again, wait for the radio check.
Set.
Set.
1-2 has you, 5 by 5.
Radio check on Fox.
Oh, I guess I kind of messed that up.
Fox for our interflight from this point forward today and for all of our future flights.
Copy.
Awesome.
Alright, back on the uniform radio, let's go ahead and dial into 270.1. That is the frequency for Nellis ATIS. Here we're going to get the most current weather and remarks before we call ground for startup. If you need help with the format, go through the reference card from the briefing and we'll break it down piece by piece. Once you've got it all figured out, let me know and we can go from there.
I think I can copy a briefing or a clearance.
Oh, one more thing that may be useful in the future whenever you work with different radios. On the left console, just below the emergency flight control panel, you're going to find the intercom control panel. Here you can set the volume of all navigation and radio systems. If you're expecting a lot of radio traffic, it might be a good idea to reduce the volume of some of them. In this case, you're going to have an ATIS message repeated over and over again. So after you note down the important parts, you can either change the UHF freak or just reduce its volume, okay?
Huh, interesting. Yeah. I mean, obviously, but really do that in DCS. When you're ready to continue and you have all the important ATIS information written down. I gotta write this down. Hopefully I don't have to write down an actual, like, clearance, but I'm not gonna write down the ATIS. 70.1.
Nellis AFB Information Hotel, time 2055, wind 200,406, visibility greater than 10 miles, broken 5,000 feet, temperature 43, dew point 37.
That's insane.
2995, runways and use 03 left 03 right, expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information hotel and advise aircraft type on first contact.
Okay, got information hotel. Shut off that frequency.
Alright, I've got the ATIS info.
Copy. ATIS said to advise ground of two things upon first contact. What were they?
Two things.
Receipt of information hotel and aircraft type.
Yep, that's correct. Receipt of hotel and aircraft type.
There we go. See, I'm good, I'm good. I know what I'm doing.
So now we're going to give Nellis clearance delivery a call and get our VFR clearance. That's going to be on 2 eye on that freak.
Two's up on 289.4.
We get our IFR clearance from them for every sortie that we fly. Again, I'll handle it this time, but in the future, when you're flying as lead, you'll get the clearance. Stand by for the call.
Guess I should have got him pen and paper.
Clearance, Tusk 2. Tusk 2, go ahead for clearance. Good morning, Tusk 2 is going to be VFR to MOPA.
Oh, VFR, okay, it's easy.
Tusk 2, clearance cleared to MOPA via the TAC North departure as filed. Proceed direct to MOPA after passing Apex. Climb and maintain Angels 5. Departure on 385.4. Squawk 4010. Clearance, Tusk 2 is cleared to MOPA via TAC North departure direct to MOPA after Apex. Climb and maintain Angels 5. Departure on 385.4. Squawk 4010. Tusk 2, read back correct. Contact ground on 275.8. Good day. Contact ground on 275.8 for Tusk 2. See you. Awesome, we're now ready for startup. So 2 go ground at 275.8 and using the Fox radio, please let me know when you're there.
5.8. Copy.
Two's up on 275.8.
Okay, just stand by and monitor that frequency. North ground, Tusk 2 flight is 286 at Thunder, ready for startup with hotel. Tusk 2, startup approved. Hotel is current altimeter is 29905. Copy, startup is approved for Tusk 2. Hey, real quick, you've never TDY deployed or flown outside of the United States either in a military aircraft or your airline job, have you?
Yeah, that's correct. CONUS only.
Right, just a little note, but of course here in the States we use QNH. On Thunder Ramp we're at 1,845 feet MSL, so we want to set our altimeter to that, of course. When we deploy, which may not be too far off in the future, the way things are looking with the shit going on in the Persian Gulf again, we'll probably be using QFE depending on the host nation. But again, here at Nellis and in the rest of CONUS, we use QNH. Copy?
Okay.
Raj.
Alright, back to work. Go ahead and adjust your seat height to where you like it, and that'll finish off this part of the checklist. We're going to go ahead and move into starting engine.
Let's
Copy.
do it.
Ready?
Ready. Been ready.
Okay, go ahead and move the left throttle out of the cutoff detent and pull it back to the idle stop. This will begin the startup sequence. As that is happening, we are going to watch the engine instruments for any abnormalities. You will see the master caution come on for the APU gen.
Hey, COD on YouTube, how's it going?
Caution light on the UFC to silence it, as it is normal. Let me know when that engine is up and the engine start cycle light is off on the caution panel, indicating that the startup process for that engine is complete.
Starting one.
Copy.
COD, I am in California, United States. Engine still running up.
Engine 1 is up and good.
Engine 1 is up and good.
Alright, so now we need to cycle the flight controls. We're going to look for free and correct movement. So go ahead and move your ailerons, elevators, and rudders. If that's good, go ahead and start your number 2 engine in the same way you did as number 1, and let me know when you have a good start.
Copy, stand by.
Looks good. Starting number 2. Rise in RPM. There's light off. Come on. Alright.
Both engines are up.
Alright, so going back to the oxygen stuff on the environmental panel, we're going to make sure that the emergency and diluter levels are in their normal position. Supply lever is on and the flow indicator is working.
Check.
All that is good.
Okay, here in the checklist is where we normally get the radios on and set, but we've already done that. So the next thing to do is going to get the IFF into standby. If you followed your checklist before we got the uniform radio up, you should have already got the IFF panel set, but just to be sure, we're going to go over it together.
Roger, standing by.
So on the IFF panel, just outboard and behind the throttles, place the code dial into Alpha. Next, set our mode 3 code as 4010, as this is what we are going to be squawking today.
Set.
Okay, Alpha set. Mode C on and 4010 is dialed up.
Okay, that should cover what should have been set up beforehand. Aside from moving the IFF antenna switch into the both position, you'll find that as the furthest left rear switch on the left console. Now getting back to where we were in before taxi, move the master mode dial into the standby position.
Wait, the IFF antenna switch for this left rear switch on the con. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay, standby set.
So we're going to go ahead and move on to making sure that the crossfeed switch is in the off position. You will find the crossfeed switch on the fuel system control panel.
Actually, go back.
Set.
And just to the left of that, we're going to make sure that the emergency brake handle is in the full forward position.
Check.
Going back onto the right console, you will find the ILS and TACAN control panel. Set your TACAN mode selector switch to TR and turn the ILS on by moving the left bezel into the power position. Also set your TACAN for 12 X-ray and dial into 109.10 on the ILS.
Second 12 X-ray. I can't see. There. Okay, got your 12 X-ray set. ILS is on. TACAN is on, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, all set.
Okay, so now we need to check the signal lights one more time, just like we did before, looking for all the bright flashing lights and the noise coming through the helmet. After we're done with that, we're going to cycle the flaps through their full range of movement. First, we will drop them one notch down into the takeoff position, then we will go full down. After they stop moving, we'll bring them all the way back in.
Okay.
Lamps and flaps are good.
We're now going to test the speed brake emergency retract. There are several things that need to happen either at the same time or very close together. So to make this a little bit easier, I will explain the whole process first, then we will go through it step by step. How does that sound?
Copy. Sounds great.
Again, this is just going to be a quick description as to what we're going to do, so don't press any buttons right now. So the first step is going to be locating the speed brake emergency retract switch on the yellow and black outlined emergency flight control panel. On that panel in the upper left corner, you will find that switch. What you're going to do is hold open the speed brake switch on the throttle in the open position. As the boards are opening, you are going to throw that switch forward into the speed brake emergency retract position while still holding the open command on the throttle.
Okay.
Okay, while still holding the switch open, you should see the speed brakes stop in their movement. You're going to release the switch on the throttle and try to close them. They should not move. At that time, return the emergency retract switch into its original unmarked position and slightly close the speed brakes. After you slightly close them, you're going to fully open them. While they are fully open, cycle the ailerons while checking for free and correct movement. If that's all good, fully close the speed brakes and check for proper hydraulic pressure. Easy peasy, right?
Sure.
I think so. Okay, it's hold open the throttle speed brake switch and flip the emergency retract, which should stop them.
Yeah.
Try to close them, which shouldn't work, and return the emergency retract switch. Then slightly close and full open on the boards. Check for movement, then close and check hydro pressure. Right?
That's it, man. So go ahead and give it a shot this time while I read you through it. Sound good?
Okay. I'm ready.
Yep. Ready to proceed.
Okay, here we go. While commanding open on the speed brakes, flip the emergency retract switch into the emergency retract position. While still holding open, verify that the boards have stopped in their movement. Now try and close them. Again, they should not move.
They're moving back slowly.
Check. No movement.
Alright, now return the emergency retract switch into its original unmarked position. Slightly close the speed brakes, then stop them. Now go ahead and fully open the speed brakes, and once they are fully open, cycle the ailerons looking for free and correct movement. And after you've done that, fully close the boards, do a quick check of the control surface movement, and have a look at your hydraulic pressure to make sure it's good, and that's it.
Pressure is maxed.
Okay, everything worked as designed and pressures are good, I think. Normal pressure is anywhere between 2800 and 3350 psi, correct?
Yep, that's exactly correct. Next thing we're going to do is the Stability Augmentation System check. So SAS basically smooths out your control inputs and helps with the stability of the jet. It works through the yaw and pitch channels and does things like automatically coordinates turns and provides pitch compensation for speed brake deployment and precision attitude control. So we're going to first turn on the anti-skid, then engage the 4 SAS channel switches near the throttle. Do that now, please.
Okay.
Okay, anti-skid on and SAS switches in the up position.
Cool, so here we're going to move the monitor test switch, found just underneath the 4 channel switches towards the left. When we do this, we should see the 4 SAS switches get kicked back into their off position. Re-engage all 4 channels and push the switch to the right, again looking for SAS to get kicked off again. Go ahead and do that now.
It works.
Alright, both left and right are disengaged on all channels.
Perfect. Re-engage the 4 channels and leave them there.
Nope, already did that.
Press the takeoff trim button on the SAS panel until you see the light come on just above it. This, of course, indicates that your trim is neutralized.
Okay, set.
Set.
Alright, going back to the front dash, underneath of the left MFCDE, we'll find the A-10C, also known as the Armament HUD Control Panel. Here we need to put the FC switch into test, and the JTRS and KICU switches both into their respective on positions. Also, we're going to turn on both MFCDs, and eventually these will default to the DCS upload page.
Finally.
Once that page is pulled up on either MFCD, we're going to press OSB10 labeled Load All, and this will start the DTS upload process.
Standby 1.
No standby. Oh, I see. Okay, you want us to wait for the... Okay. This is very in-depth. I'm liking this so far. Alright, load all.
Okay, I just pressed load all.
Okay, once you have pressed Load All, you will see the asterisks next to everything disappear. 15 seconds or thereabouts later, they will all reappear. This indicates that the DTC was successfully uploaded onto the jet.
Copy. Okay, I see the asterisks are back, so the DTC's loaded.
Now, once that is done, we're going to find OSB on the right. MFCD should be labeled STAT, and we're going to go through that and check for MFL.
Okay, no failures.
Okay, done.
Cool. On the left MFCD, press OSB 15 to bring up the TAD, and on the right MFCD, press OSB 13 to bring up the CDU repeater.
Okay, done.
Right on. The INS alignment should now be finished, so if you would verify that you see 4.0, 0.8 on the CDU towards the bottom next to where it says T equals. You should also see INS nav ready flashing at the top.
Oh yeah.
Affirm.
Okay, on the CDU, depress the right line select 3 key for nav. Then when you have done that, place the steer point rotary dial into the flight plan settings. Then on the nav mode select panel ahead of the joystick, press the IGI button and verify the steer point button is illuminated as well.
Set.
Alright, set.
Okay, on most sorties, here is where we would get the TGP and our countermeasures set up, but since we're not going to be using either of those today, we'll just move on and we will check our flight instruments. So we're going to start this by first turning the large gray knob in the lower right corner of our ADI. While turning that knob, we are going to check the ADI for movement. After we are done with that, we're going to realign the arrow on the knob with the reference mark on the ADI.
That's good.
Okay, next we're going to uncage the standby attitude indicator by cranking the knob in the lower right until we see the flag stow. We will then align the aircraft symbol to the horizon and it should be good. After you've done that, please verify that the vertical velocity and airspeed indicators both read 0.
Oh, I see. Main ADI is what we're supposed to be messing with. Yeah, airspeed 0, vertical speed 0.
Alright, next we're going to run the bit on the FC, so using the UFC, push the enter button and let it do its thing. Providing you have no grounding bit faults, let me know when you're ready and we will proceed to the next step.
Copy. Stand by.
Well, hopefully we should be fine there.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
No failures found.
Alright, the bit is finished and we're good. Sweet, go ahead and move the FC switch into the on position at this time, please.
Check.
Alright, now set your altimeter for 2995. And
Set.
first turn off the APU generator, then the APU.
Done.
Okay, now we need to do the idle core RPM check. To do this, we are going to rapidly advance the throttles and return them back to idle. Again, you're going to do this very quickly. We will need to go from idle to mill and back to idle like boom, boom, boom. As we do this, though, you need to verify that we do not exceed 70% for either motor. Also, while you're doing this, make sure you hold the brakes so the aircraft doesn't roll or jump out of the chocks.
Okay.
Both motors are good.
Oh, wait.
Right on. Put the EAC switch behind the throttles into the arm position, please. Armed.
That's interesting.
Okay, so next we're going to set up the saddle for situational awareness data link. So on the left MSCD, on the TAD page, we're going to press OSB 10, which should be labeled net. On the right-hand side of that page, we should see two blocks. One, own any other group. Today we're going to use a group ID of 07, and I will take 01 for my own ID, while you take 03 for your own ID. So on the UFC, I need you to type 03 for your own ID, and press OSB 7 to input the 03 that you just typed into the correct spot.
Okay. 03 to own. 07 to... I didn't know this is how you do it. Okay, set.
Alright, saddle is set.
Okay, so I just seen your aircraft symbol on my TAD go from green to blue, indicating that you are now part of my group. We'll go over that and all things TAD on a different sortie, just not today.
Copy that.
Good.
Okay, back up on the UFC, press the function key followed by the number number 0, and that should get you into the CDU steer point info page. Once you've done that, we should be good to roll. Let me know when you're ready for taxi.
Yeah, do it. Yes, I did.
Set and ready for taxi.
Hope I did.
Hey, one thing I forgot to cover before, and I think we should work on to make your life easier. Let's go through working the radio in preset mode. How does that sound?
Sounds like
Okay.
it's gonna save me a lot of knob turning. I'm in.
Right on. I know you know this one from the A model, but let's refresh your memory. It's really straightforward. So, if you look at your radio panel, you'll notice that each radio has a small knob with a little window next to it. This is your preset selector knob.
Okay.
Yep.
Now all that you need to do, and it works the exact same for each of the radios, is to set the desired frequency, select the desired channel you want to assign to it using the knob, and then press the load button.
Where's the load button? What? Oh, I see load there. Load up here. I don't see a load on the UHF one. Okay.
Alright.
Repeat the process for all the frequencies that you want assigned and for all of the radios. Oh, and if you're thinking where is the load button on the uniform, it's hidden under the load preset cover.
What? Where's the load preset cover? Oh, I see. I didn't even know that existed. Nuts. Okay, I don't really care to load any
nothing has
presets.
changed.
Indeed. Okay, set the radios up as you'd like, and let me know when you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, set.
Copy. Stand by for taxi clearance.
I'm standing by.
2.
Ground test 2, taxi to A-10C.
Bears,
Hotel,
welcome,
Thunder
welcome.
03 to the right. Tusk 2, now let's ground taxi Charlie Golf and Alpha, hold short 03 right. Clear Charlie Golf, Alpha, hold short 03 right, Tusk 2-1. Okay, press the PE switch on the control column to activate your nose wheel steering. Also verify you see that illuminated on the front dash.
Yep.
After that, you'll need to advance the throttle slightly to get rolling, and once you're moving, don't forget to quickly apply and check the brakes. I'm going to follow you out to the active, take a left turn out of the shocks, and just follow the ramp. Just keep your taxi speed around 10 knots while we're on Thunder.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that...
Oh, I forgot, but also switch your nav lights to steady and set your taxi landing lights into
Oh
taxi
my god, okay, nav like steady.
2.
You may begin your taxi roll. I fell into your channel and thought this looked cool. Yeah, thank you. DCS is very cool. We're not on multiplayer right now. This is all single player, and we are doing a campaign. This is the first mission. This is the first mission in a campaign. It's all fully voiced.
As you can see, Nellis is pretty busy and Thunder's a tight ram. You're going to want to really watch out around here for people, jammers, trucks, bobtails, trailers, cars, and bread vans like this guy off to the right.
Raj?
Yeah, those bread vans are especially bad. Their guys are always in a hurry, picking up and dropping off people, plus the expediters are going spot to spot checking on things. Just keep an eye out for them.
Welcome.
Wilco. Is this your first time playing? No, I've been playing DCS for a while. But I'm still learning new stuff every day. Especially with this campaign. This is supposed to be a really in-depth kind of campaign about the A-10, which is what we're flying right now. So I don't know how familiar you are with airplanes, but this is the A-10C 2. And people who made this campaign worked with real A-10 pilots and made it, try to make it as realistic as possible. So should be pretty cool. I'm just trying not to mess up.
We're going to the taxiway leading us out of Thunder. This is going to be taxiway Charlie. Follow it off to the left and continue straight.
I can do that.
2.
You can be my wingman anytime.
Thanks for the follow, man.
Keep it around 15 knots, but certainly under 20. The nifty way we can check our ground speed is to press OSB 10 twice on the CDU page. Here you're going to see it switch from indicated airspeed to ground speed. Now to get it back to indicated, we simply hit OSB 10 once more.
Okay.
Very nice.
See, that's one thing that I had no idea about. I did not know that. So you indicated true and then ground speed. Wow. Thanks for the follow, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. This is not my job. Coming in hot.
Okay, here's Golf. Turn left now. We're going to follow this taxiway all the way down to the other end.
Alright. So far, so good.
Raj.
Not greatly messing anything up. Maybe I should slow down for him a bit. This is so awesome though. When they get the scripting right and the mission editing right, it feels like you're in a real, you know, combat situation or a real like training scenario, like what it feels like. I spent $10 on this campaign and so far really worth it. I'm liking it. I would have some music going on.
Off to our left, you're going to see the bomber pads and the Revette. This is where they'll park bombers when they're TDY here, and they'll park aircraft loaded with lives in the Revette.
Sing.
I think the last time I was here, they had shades over the Revettes.
Yeah, they got blown over a few years back. I was here for that. It must have been like 1700, and you've seen this wall of dust heading this way from the west.
Wow.
It's like something you see over in the shit. It hit the base and knocked it over. We had a few A-10s under there and some Vipers loaded with 120s and 9s. They're here for a special half-cap mission.
Damn, did anything bad happen?
Well, there was some damage to the Hogs, the Vipers, and their missiles, but EOD came out and nothing went off. I think there may have been a few injuries to the maintenance guys and some equipment was damaged, but nothing much more. They just took the shade down and never put another one in.
Okay.
Yeah, as I was saying, no music because of the dialogue, you know, I want to get the full experience, but when I'm playing DCS, just multiplayer screwing around, I usually have some music going on in the background, but figured for this one, wow, look at this. For this one, no music required. C models on the side there. Is he catching up to me or okay, yeah, he's catching up. Now he's tailgating. Alright, I'll pick it up. You want me to go faster? I'll... So far we are like 50 minutes into this mission and it's all been like review of the ground stuff, review of how all the systems work, emergency tests, which flying the A-10 on multiplayer you just kind of skip a lot of that.
So get ready to turn right, prepare to hold short for the runway until I can get us takeoff clearance.
copies.
Let me give ground
And
call and Tusk 2, contact tower at 327.70. Contact tower at 327.70, Tusk 2.
alright.
Okay, go to tower and monitor. We're gonna hold here and pick it up in a second. Let me hit tower up.
327.70, I think he said. Going off track. 7. Ask for it. Yeah, let me just double check what the frequency was.
What was tower's frequency one more time, please?
Tower's at 327.70.
Okay.
7.70.
Okay, thank you. I got it. I got it. It's set.
Alright, set.
Tower, Tusk 2, holding short 03 right at Alpha. Hey, can we hold on the active for some academic delay departure for a few minutes? Tusk 2, Nellis Tower, runway 3 right, line up and wait. You've got a few minutes, advise when ready for departure.
Using mouse and keyboard? No, I'm using
Right, we'll advise when ready for takeoff, Tusk 2.
I'm using
Before either of us enter the active, we need to quickly go through the before takeoff check.
Okay.
First, take a look at your engine instruments and make sure everything is good and in the green.
Check.
Next, set your flaps for takeoff. Verify your speed brakes are closed. Put the
Flap set.
IFF into the normal position and verify the takeoff trim is set.
IFF into normal position. What does that even? IFF. I'm assuming that it's normal. Okay. But no, I'm not using mouse and keyboard. I'm using a throttle. You can see on the side here. I'll probably turn the brightness up a little bit for you guys. I had the brightness down because in case you guys want to see the keyboard. Alright, see if that's any better. But yeah. We got throttle on the left here, that I can move up and down. And I got my stick on the right. And I do have rudder pedals at my feet there. So we got rudder pedals.
Engine set, flaps good. Engine's good and flaps set.
Alright, verify that your oxygen is still good, canopy is down and locked, arm the rocket chair.
Arm the
Turn on
rocket chair.
strobe lights and verify we are seeing indicated airspeed on the CDU.
That's all set.
Good. Set and showing indicated airspeed.
Cool, go ahead, take the active, line up on the center line, and we'll run through the lineup checks. Let me know when you're ready to press.
Roger.
2.
It's interesting. I want to see how he's gonna line up with me. He says line up on the center line. You're entering 3 right, line up on center line and press proceed. Because the AI is not known for lining up with you. So I wonder if they scripted that or what they did.
2's lined up and holding.
So first thing you're going to do is check your flight instruments. After that, check anti-skid, verify
Looks
it's
good.
on.
Anti-skid on.
On.
Pitot heat is
APU
on.
And APU generator off. Still with me?
Yep, APU's off. That's easy. Come on.
Yep, good so far.
So you may have noticed that we're taking off with the wind. I know this is probably pretty odd for you, but here at Nellis, it's not too unusual to land and take off away from the city, providing the winds ain't too bad. Now we do this because of the noise and to reduce the risk of flying all those aircraft and even live munitions over very heavily populated areas.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay, let me get us takeoff clearance.
See,
and
this
we'll
is the
proceed
kind
with
of
the next
information
step.
that you would have no
CMI-1.
idea about if you didn't have real, you know, pilots helping create the missions.
Nellis Tower, Tusk 2,
Can it hear you
hold
talking?
right
No,
and ready for
it
departure.
can't.
Tusk 2, Nellis Tower, wind 202 at 6.
clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 03 right, test 2. Alright, so we're now cleared for takeoff. We're going to run the motors up to 90% on the core RPM and hold them there for a bit. Check and make sure that everything's in the green and we have nothing lit on the caution panel. If everything's good, release the brakes, then advance to full throttle. Disable the nose wheel steering when you have rudder authority by hitting the pinky switch again on the control column.
Roger.
Roger. Alright, let's do it. I know, right? It seems like he's right there with you. That's how you know you got a good mission or a good campaign. That's the whole goal. So, I mean, he's right there waiting for me. It feels like he's, like, directly talking to me. So cool. Alright, let's go ahead and do what he asked there. We're gonna run up the engines, 90% core. Right about there. Everything looks good. Release brakes up to 100.
2's rolling.
2's rolling. And noticeable steering's coming off.
Okay, after takeoff, fly runway heading and climb to 5,000 feet.
Roger. I just got a little bit of back pressure to kind of protect the nose wheel from bumping into the bumpy taxiway there. There's 120. Should start rotating about now. There's good angle of attack, and we are airborne.
1's rolling.
Gear up. Gears up. Flaps up. And we'll try to fly runway heading. I also want to get a nice external view for you guys.
Make sure you do not forget to retract the flaps gears and start turning for waypoint 1.
Alright, we'll start turning for waypoint 1. Let me turn on my helmet mounted display. They didn't really talk a lot about that, but I want to.
Alright, let's get to and maintain Angels 5 for now, if that's okay.
That's okay with me.
Looking for Angels 5.
I'll pull the throttle back for you a bit. You're an ace in War Thunder, looking to get into sim games. Yeah, I played a lot of War Thunder too. I wouldn't say, I mean, I'm okay. I don't really put that much time into it now. But I started, playing a lot of War Thunder. I still do play War Thunder. You could check on, on my streams. I played War Thunder a couple days ago. But War Thunder is really nice. War Thunder is awesome. This is more of, if you're looking for more of a modern sim, then this is it. This is as good as it gets right here. A true simulator, where every single button is, pressable. Coming up on 4,800, 900. I've never flown sim. I mean, on War Thunder, you mean? Because simulator on War Thunder is pretty challenging, but it's turn the autopilot on. But it's nothing compared to DCS.
Nose Tower Tusk 2 is passing defect. Tusk 2, contact nose departure 385.4. See ya.
385.4.
385.4, Tusk 2, good day.
Okay, I'll set that.
Go 385.4.
It's set.
385.4, copy.
Nose departure, Tusk 2 with you at apex. Tusk 2 departure, copy. Radar contact.
And we'll maintain below 250 knots. I'm assuming, I'm assuming that's what we would do. Just because we're below 10,000 feet.
Alright, down and off to our left, you can see Interstate 15, which comes out of the northeast corner of Vegas. 95 on the other side of town heads northwest. We'll use 95 to get out of Vegas and into the NCR in a lot of our missions. And we'll follow 15 back into Nellis for recovery post-mission. Today we're going to follow 15 up to Mopa, then turn around and follow it back for recovery at Nellis.
Copy. I think I get that.
Alright, Kermit, I'm saddled up on your right-hand side, so can you go ahead and pick up the speed a little bit?
Oh, Jesus. Damn. That's some good flying there. I've never seen the AI fly that good. I'll pick up some speed. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna go to full throttle? Yes, this is DCS World 2.7 Open Beta. If you want to play multiplayer, get on the Open Beta. Everyone's on the Open Beta. It's not that buggy. The stable version is pretty much the same thing except one update cycle below the Open Beta. And
It's
I
kinda
mean,
weird. Some spots are just dirt and rocks, and then you drive 20 minutes in a car and there's some amazing scenery.
yeah, I agree.
Yep, just like any place that helps me know the area and what's out there to see and do. If we're going to be here for a while at Nellis, I'll point out some of the nifty stuff as we fly around the area.
Nice. Got a little tour guide. But yeah, not a lot of people are on the stable version, but there's a lot more people on the on the open beta version, and you get the same, pretty much the same specs. It's pretty much the same thing really, except you're one update cycle ahead of the stable. And yeah, same campaign, same missions, same multiplayer. So make sure you get the open beta, because you can make the mistake of downloading the stable, or you could download both, and it'll let you install both of them. It'll let you run them as two separate programs. So if you want to save space on your computer, just delete, or don't even get the stable one, just go with the open beta. This is awesome. This is so cool. I don't know how much fuel you want me to burn, man. Well, I'm gonna keep it at 3,000 per engine. Guess we don't really have to worry that much about fuel in the A-10. Yeah, the install is only 7 gigs, but when you start installing, when you start getting modules and especially scenery like the Nevada map and Syria map, it can pile on. What the hell just happened? I think that was a glitch in the AI there. The AI is never perfect in DCS, but right now I'm really impressed with this campaign. They're trying their best. Look at the clouds, so nice. How far are we away from this thing? 4 miles. About 30 seconds to go, and then we'll turn on to our next point.
Alright, we're coming up to Mofa, so let's start a level left-hand turn and head back to Nellis for recovery.
Alright, autopilot's off.
Copy.
Starting a level left-hand
We're gonna
turn.
shoot a straight-in approach for today, so don't worry about any fancy overhead brakes or anything like that. Sound okay?
Yeah, should be fine.
Good, steer point 2.
Alright, I'm gonna contact departure so we can get our free change to approach. Stand by 1.
Copy.
Damn, that's some good formation.
Departure Tusk 2 is southwest of Mofa and turning inbound to landing. Tusk 2, copy. Contact approach at 2901-725.
Tuner
Approach
1725.
at 2901-725. Alright, go ahead and get that punched in and start monitoring.
I'm in.
Set.
No approach, Tusk 2. Tusk 2, go ahead for Nellis approach. Yeah, Tusk 2 is going to be a 2-ship of A-10s to the southeast of Mofa. Correction, southwest of Mofa with India. Angel 5 inbound for the visual. Full stop. Tusk 2,
radar contact. Continue inbound now. Altimeter 29995.
2995 set.
For runway 21 left.
Continue inbound for the straight in for runway 21 left, altitude.
Roger.
Alright, dude, like I said, we're going to shoot a straight in approach for today. We'll get the jet configured for landing several miles out so we can go through the checklist without being rushed through it, even though it's pretty small.
Alright, sounds good.
Rod,
Gonna bring us left a little bit more.
for the descent and before landing portion of the checklist, the first thing we're going to need to do is check our altimeter setting. It may have changed since we took off.
This is not my job, hello.
29995 in this case.
Yep, 2995 set.
Speed brakes. Configure as required. We're straight and level, so they should be closed.
They're closed.
Check that the anti-skid on.
Anti-skid's on.
Check.
Coming right a bit.
Alright, continuing on. Invisit landing light as required. Fuel quantity check.
Fuel
Again,
quantity
good
check.
here, since we launched with full tanks and we've only been up for a few minutes. Check that you're still using indicated airspeed, and we're going to try and hold 200 knots for the time being.
Okay.
Lastly, remove and stow your nogs, which of course you're not wearing because it's daytime. So, before landing checklist is complete.
Before landing checklist complete. Nice.
Y'all, checklist complete.
This plane is so much fun. Have it for 2 weeks.
Right.
Buy it in the next discount. Yes, buy it in the next discount cycle. I'm telling you. If you want the ground pounding experience, you need the A-10.
But I'm going to have you guys shoot separate approaches. So 21 orbit for spacing 10 miles out, please.
Approach, test 2 Coxall, and 2-1 will orbit at the truck stop.
And Bears, can it be played with mouse and keyboard? It can technically be played with mouse and keyboard, but I quit DCS for like 2 years because of that. Because I didn't have a throttle. I just gave up. It's very hard to play with this game with mouse and keyboard. So get yourself a basic throttle, throttle and a stick and a throttle, and which is called a HOTAS, hands-on throttle and stick. Get all the buttons on it, and do that. It'll cost you like maybe 150 to 200 for a nice medium end model. Like this is the Satec X52 Pro, and this is I think 150 now. I got it on sale for 130, so it's not like it's that much, especially if you're making a little bit of money here and there. But yeah, definitely get a throttle and stick if you're gonna play this game. It's gonna make it so much more enjoyable. And get track IR too, if you have the extra money to do that. Get a head tracking system where you can just move your head and look around. The head tracking thing makes it so much more fun because I don't have to map any view controls on my joystick, so I can use my joystick buttons for other stuff now, instead of view. So I could just like look around. We have a T1600, 16,000. Is that the Thrustmaster one? That's a good one. Kind of losing altitude here.
You can be my wingman anytime.
Thanks for the follow, Bears.
You can be mine.
You can be my wingman anytime. Yeah, go for the Warthog and get the Warthog module. That's what I would do. You gotta get the Warthog. Such a fun airplane. And 2 weeks is just enough to learn it and have fun with it. But I mean, you gotta buy it. The best air-to-ground system in the game. Bears gotta go. GG and thanks for all. You'll be back. We look forward to having you back, man. I'm gonna be online I'm gonna try to do at least another mission after this. Maybe another 2 or 3. Cause it's only 11. So this mission is gonna finish right now pretty much, I think, when we land, and then I'll be on for maybe another hour or so. I've been flying the F-18, but I found this A-10 is so good. Yeah, the F-18 was the first module that I ever got, so I have a lot of time in the F-18. I still like the A-10 a lot better. I like the mission that it does. I like being low and, low and slow, low and fast. I like shooting at ground targets. And I like the air-to-air stuff also, but I just like air-to-ground so much more. So the A-10 is really my airplane. I used to think that the F-18 was really badass, and it is. It is super badass, and I fly it a lot, but I fly the A-10 just as much. So, gotta get the A-10. If you like air-to-ground, gotta get the A-10.
Okay, down to the right, you can see the truck stop that Approach was alluding to.
I see it.
Landmark for getting into the pattern at Nellis. As we fly over it, we are 10 miles from runway 21. So for today, from here, I'm going to have you start a descent into Nellis and get set up for landing. So start down to pattern altitude, which is 3,400 feet MSL, and we're going to be looking for 180 knots indicated. As you do that, I'm going to pick up in orbit here.
Roger. And I think she said 2 on the left, right? So I'm going to start aiming for 2 on the left.
Descending to 3,400 and looking for 180 indicated.
Solid copy.
Everything happens so slow. Damn, look at you. Hot shit.
Okay, when you get to 180 knots, go ahead and drop the gear in flaps. If you would confirm that you're showing 3 gear down and locked, if you wouldn't mind, please.
I do mind. Alright, if I really gotta get the gear down all the way the fuck out of here, then I will do it. Gear's down, 3 green, check.
2's got 3 green.
I realized I really like air to ground. Yeah, that was the same thing for me. Like I started doing air to ground in the F-18.
327.70 today.
7.70, roger.
Go ahead and pop over to Tower Freak. If you need anything, hit me up on Fox.
Nellis Tower, Tusk 22 is an A-10, 5 miles out on final for runway 21 left.
Tusk 22, Nellis Tower, clear to land 21 left, winds are 202 at 6, check gear down.
Gear down.
Clear
Gear
to
down,
land
clear
21
line.
left, Tusk 22.
A-10 lots and HOTAS. Yeah, there's a
Okay,
lot of
one
buttons.
last time, go through the pit and make sure everything's okay, and that the jet is configured for landing. Go ahead, fly the approach, and try not to bend anything.
Try
while
not to
you're at
bend
it.
anything. Let's go ahead and set flaps to 10.
Raj, thanks for the encouragement.
Alright, landing light can come on. Anti-skids on. Landing gear is down. Flaps coming down. No caution lights. Lights are set. All good. We'll get the A-10 and learn. Yeah, and it's not really that hard to learn. I managed to map a lot of... Because I have the track IR, that let me map a lot of the sensor controls and stuff onto the HOTAS pretty easily. Let's go ahead and get flaps to landing here. Flaps 20. And yeah, it wasn't that bad. As long as flying the airplane is just super fun. Flying the airplane is not hard to master or to learn. Maybe hard to master, but not to learn. Mastering the sensors is a different thing. Learning how to use the dismiss and the China switches, all of that, TGP. That's where the hard part comes in my opinion. Locking up targets on the ground, setting your steer points, all of that stuff. Go ahead and pop some brake here, because we're still way above angle of attack. There it is. Now we're on it.
Altitude, altitude.
Flying a nice profile. Yeah, flying is the easy part. Flying is the easy part in this thing. Flying is the fun part. and making things blow up is the fun part too. But yeah, learning how to properly use the TGP. And I don't claim that I know how to properly do it. I know the basics. I know enough to drop bombs on, put warheads on foreheads, as they say. One more time, we got 3 green on landing gear. Bring it into a nice flare. Ooh, yeah.
2, safe on deck.
Just stay on the active until you're at the end of the runway. That's going to be taxiway Alpha. Pull off a little bit and hold there.
Raj?
Just let it roll till we're at the end. Might as well get on the brakes a little bit.
21 is a single ship A-10, 10 miles to your north, inbound for 21 left, full stop. Sub 21 Nellis Tower, cleared land 21 left, winds are 202 at 6, check gear down. Clear for
Turn the
landing
nose wheel
21
steering
left,
back
sub
on.
21.
Do you buy this campaign? Yes, I bought this campaign for $10 on the DCS store. This is the Iron Flag campaign part 1. And so far I'm really liking it. This is mission 1 of part 1 of the campaign. Just pull off on Alpha here, I think that's what he said, right? Clear on Alpha. Pull off into the side here. And spectate his landing. Wow, that's a hot approach. Jesus. Is he gonna do a 360 to lose altitude? I don't know what he's doing. Do you only need the plane? You need the A-10C2 module, and you also need the Nevada test range module, so you need the map and the plane. Yes, correct. This is not a campaign on the default map. There's some campaigns out there that are on the default map where you only need the F-18, for example, or you only need the airplane. But this one you need the map and the plane. Let's see what the hell he's gonna do here. Meantime, I'm gonna stand up and stretch. No, it won't be $10 for you. Oh, you only have the Syria map? I don't even have the Syria map. That's I want to get the Syria map and Persian Gulf map next. Looks like he's going for 2-1 right, for whatever reason. Yeah, it'll be $10 plus like $60 for the A10, and I don't know how much the Nevada map costs. I think it's like $20. So we'll probably look at 90 or maybe even $100 for this. Syria's fun? Yeah, I gotta try it. Gotta try it. Persian Gulf is good, yeah. I want to get the Persian Gulf and do the Raven 1 campaign with the F-18. Because I've read the book. I've read the first and second. I'm working on the third one. The Raven series. And really good book. and the missions in there were really cool. So it'd be really nice to be able to fly those missions in the Persian Gulf. Holy crap. Is he going around? Oh, what the hell? I hope he comes back around and lands, cause I'm trying to get out of here. What is he doing? Maps are $50 right now. That's pretty expensive. Wait for a sale. Who else is streaming DCS? Too many people. Plane is 80. Yeah, I got it for I think 55. So definitely wait for those sales. Biff, if you don't get this plane on the ground, we're gonna have to have a talk. You're my instructor, man. What you just pulled off was not okay. Okay, we're going for another shot. All I can tell you is, you better nail this landing. The runway's clear, so I have no reason to go around. And yes, did it. Bob. Oh, what is... Okay. Into the grass. I think the AI is breaking apart here. You can remove those blue tags. Yeah, I think we can. The options. Yeah, I know it's... Was it Shift F10? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Nice. Thanks for the first time chat. And thanks for the help. This is so realistic. taxiing across. Very realistic.
Lead safe on deck.
Lead safe on deck. Man, you are gonna get...
Vacate when able. Contact ground when clear of the active.
Which
Clear active when able.
SQN you...
Contact ground.
What do you mean SQN? Squadron? What?
Okay,
What do you
let's
mean?
head over to ground on 275.8.
75.8. I'm up.
Set.
I mean, on DCS, I'm not really with a set squadron, I guess you could say.
Ground test 2 flight clear of the active. Looking for taxi back to Thunder.
What is he doing?
Continued via Golf and Charlie to Thunder. Test copied. When we start taxiing back, try to keep the RPMs below 80% on the core. The reason we want to do that is because if we keep the RPMs low, we can count the time spent taxiing towards the required 5 minutes at idle before we're allowed to shut down the engine.
Oh, I did not know that.
I'll make sure to keep it under 80.
So if you gotta keep it under 80.
Okay, go ahead and start rolling. I'm going to exit via Bravo and just move on to my parking spot. I need you to go ahead and continue via Golf, and Charlie, just park next to me when you get on the ramp, okay?
Sure, sounds good. Hopefully we're parking in the same spot because...
Okay, so now we'll accomplish the after clearing runway portion of our checklist. We're going to need to turn the anti-skid off.
Off.
Ejection seat, canopy open or closed as desired, and turn our TACAN
Hell
and
yeah, let's
ILS
open it.
equipment off. Also place the IFF into the standby position.
I still don't know where the hell that standby and on switch is. Do you guys in the chat know what he's talking about there? Because I can't see. I got the code up here, but I don't see standby and on. Is that like here? Oh, I see on and out. I don't. Something looks broken. Yeah, the flight lead taxiing over the grass. The knob hidden by the throttle. That thing? This one? Oh, master into standby. Okay. Thank you.
Copy.
Okay, ensure that the HUD is in the daytime setting. Countermeasures mode switch into standby and system switches off, then turn off the CMSP, which we didn't turn on.
Okay, done.
Perfect. Pitot heat off. Position light to bright and flash. strobes off and pull the flaps in.
Done and done.
Set.
Cool, that's it. Continue taxiing back to Thunder Ramp and we'll pick it up with engine shutdown when we're in the chock.
Roger.
Whatever you say, man. Cautions. It is a hot ass day here. I don't know why I have the canopy open. It was saying for 43 degrees Celsius.
Okay, we're approaching our turn on to Charlie. It gets a little bit weird here, but just head to the right towards all the other A-10s.
2.
2. I love taxiing this thing. I like how the suspension bumps it around and all that. Feels like it's a heavy bird. I like it.
As you enter the ramp, stay to the left and head towards the last spot. Be careful of your wingtip clearance as it's a bit tight.
See to the left, okay.
Copy. Staying left and pulling in the last spot.
Yep, we'll go through shutdown once you're stopped.
MiG-29 cycle
Copy.
brake, yeah. Yeah, I bet that's something to handle. There's Biff. Yeah, I want to get a Cold War Russian plane. I don't know if I want the MiG-15 or MiG-29 or MiG-21, I think. I don't know which one to get. I kind of want an older one, honestly. Not for combat or anything, just to fly. And obviously I'll learn how to do the combat in it, but just for the flying sake. I love those old Russian jets. That's it.
Alright, 1, ready for shutdown.
Cool, looks like the Chief has installed your chock, so you can go ahead and release the brake. Turn the IFF off, and next we're going to gauge the standby attitude indicator by pulling the knob out and turning it at the same time. You should see the flag reappear and stay there when you release that knob.
Okay.
Go to the AHCP and verify the following. Master arm safe, gun pack safe, and laser arm safe.
Check,
We're gonna
check,
look for
and
the
check.
CP to be turned off. With me so far?
I'm with you.
Yep, I'm still tracking.
Okay, still on the AHCP. Altitude source as desired. TICU off. JTRS off. FC off. And both MFCDs off. That's going to be it for the AHCP. Next, go ahead to the CDU, turn it off, and let me know when you're caught up.
CDU's off.
Okay, I'm all done with that.
Modern
so
chat.
to be full up position, and if we're good on that 5 minutes below 80% core RPM, we can cut the engine after we go over the last few steps. Cool?
Alright, I'm with you.
Yeah, sounds fine.
Fizzle.
Okay, just follow along, but don't actually do anything from here on. So after 5 minutes, we'll pull the left throttle into the cutoff position, and after After the left hydraulic pressure bleed off, check for full travel and feel of the ailerons, elevators, and the right rudder. After that, shut down the right motor and job's done.
Nice. Okay. Just follow along, but don't actually do anything from here. Okay.
Sounds easy enough.
Mod in
Right on.
chat.
Hey, good job today, Kermit. I know you knew a lot of this already, but thanks for indulging me.
Yes, I did know a lot of this already. No, but I did
No
learn some
problem.
new stuff.
Thanks for the refresher and teaching me some of the new stuff. I can't wait to get back up and learn the rest. Should be fun.
Oh shit, thanks for reminding me. Speaking of fun, I had a special opportunity come my way. As you know, the 4th of July is in just a few days, and the city of Las Vegas asked Nellis to supply some aircraft for a
Oh,
flyover.
dude, that's gonna be sick. That is
I
gonna
like
be
where this is
sick.
heading.
Yeah, so the plan is to launch a couple A-10s around dusk, have them do a nice, slow flyby over the strip. McCarran's gonna keep the airspace clear for us, so it should be damn fun, and a pretty special event. If you'd like to fly as my number 2 for this, let me know, and I'll get you on the schedule.
That is awesome. I'm on the schedule already,
For sure.
man.
I'll get back with you in the next day or so on that.
I want to
Copy.
do
Well,
it.
that's it, man. Give it another minute or so, and you're cleared to shut down.
Alright.
Roger.
Looks like you need to master the plane to play this campaign. You need to have a good understanding of it. I mean, I'm not a master of the airplane. I still don't know, stuff. But, you gotta have a good you gotta know where everything is, for sure. Like if he says, like, look on the right console, find this switch, you gotta be able to find it, like, within 3 seconds, I'd say. Like down here, within 3 seconds. You gotta know how to set up the radios, all that stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't say you need to master the airplane. Okay, it's safe to shut down the engines. Go ahead and shut down engine number 2. Engine number 1. Nice. I think it's pretty much it. We can turn the fuel pumps off. Everything there is off. That's off. Here's off. Inverter's off. Generator's off, and battery off. Pretty much it. So many buttons, yeah. It's quite a bit of buttons in the plane, but a lot of it is just throttle and stick. Oh, I forgot. Hydraulics. What I'm doing. A lot of it is just on the stick. Like when you're actually in the target environment, it's working with the throttle and the stick, and all the buttons on the throttle and the stick. Like, got your trim there, pickle switch, more buttons here on the stick. So you're not actually really like pressing stuff on the screen, or it's working with the throttle and the stick. But anyway, that's mission complete. That is mission 1 of this brand new campaign. We got time for another one. And mission here. Got %. Mission 2. Better prepare. Handle it. Hopefully I don't massively screw up. Yeah, I guess I should read the yesterday was the first time for me in the pit of a Charlie. Wow, there was compared to what I remember from the A model. Covered a long startup taxi lane down procedure. Chance to check out the new feature. This will change though, starting from today, as Biff says, we'll cover the use flight around the NPR. Biff, he seems like a decent guy and a good instructor pilot, yeah, except for when he taxied across the freaking grass, the dirt, landed on the wrong runway and taxied across. So I have high hopes of really learning how to fly in the Charlie. I don't know about that. It looks like the will have a big role in the conflict brewing in the Strait of Hormuz. Yep. Thinking about his offer to fly over a trip July 5th or 4th. require good coordination and timing, though as number work, that's exactly how I like it. That's what I want to do. All that would be required for me is fly in close formation with him, which is so fun. I want to do that mission. Look, a situation. Call sign Devil 1-1. Okay, so we're gonna be flight lead on this one. We will be Devil 1-2. Time mission objective. We got kneeboard available. Joker Fuel 1000. Big. We'll be in the Sally Corridor. Coyote 8. You're at 10. Sky's clear, broken, or sky's 9. I forgot what. That's sky's clear. Up to 10,000, I think. Broken at 11,000. Or I mean, temperatures 2 Celsius. Visibility. Oh, that would be visibility. So visibility is unlimited. I should know I'm a pilot. Altimeter 2959. What time is it? At 15. So are we gonna be going into the moon illumination not available? That would be interesting. Devil 1 flies lead. Start. Mission of the campaign. So much for the follows. It's not my job and following me closer. Alright, we cockpit. Turned ourselves around. I mean, I know it's a different day and kinda. Alright. Battery. And get ready for the radio check.
2, this is 1. Radio check on uniform. How copy?
2 has you, Lima Charlie. Awesome, let's get the ATIS up at 270.1. Also, Ops is going to be calling ahead to tower for us when we set, so don't bother calling for startup anymore. After you've got the ATIS, get the HQ up and contact me on 32.5. Oh, and one last thing to remember. You've got all the frequencies noted down on your keyboard, so if in doubt, make sure you check there, okay?
Oh, yeah?
Roger,
Where?
Wilco.
There it is. Alright, ATIS 20.
2959. Runways in U03 left, 21 left. Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information Kilo and advise aircraft type on first contact.
Information Kilo.
Nellis Air Force Base information Kilo. Time 0115. Wind 028 at 10. Visibility greater than 10 miles. Clear. Temperature 26. Dew point 13. Altimeter 2959. Runways in U03 left, 21 left. Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information Kilo and advise aircraft type on first.
Alright, go ahead and hit up 2 there on 5. And what do we gotta do when you have the ATIS information? Fire up your APU and APU generator. 10 menu. Okay. Go ahead and APU. Got it. APU start. Good light off there. This makes you feel like an A-10 pilot. This is such a cool campaign. Alright, APU's at 100%, APU generator on. And the F10 menu.
Biff, this is 1. Radio check, Fox Mike.
I get you 5x5, Kermit. Hey, while we're at it, let's see if Victor works fine. Push 124.6, and let me know once you're there.
Pushing 124.6.
It's set.
And there. Ready.
I don't hear him. You got a bad radio? That would be so interesting if they script that into the mission. You got a in-op radio. I don't hear him. Am I supposed to hear him? How long is it gonna... How long should I wait? Oh, did I forget to turn it on? I did. I forgot to turn the radio on. Damn it. That was why. I'm gonna assume that we heard him.
Roger, read you Lima Charlie.
I forgot to turn the radio on.
Very good. Go ahead and finish your startup and hit me up when you're ready for taxi.
Well, I'll hit you up when we're ready for taxi. Go ahead and bring up the...
Yeah, copy that.
Yeah, copy that. Got a before start checklist. And startup checklist. Before engine start, before fire detection, bleed air. I'm just gonna quickly do that. Even though it doesn't really affect anything. Very good. Fire detection, all looks good, fine. Oxygen is up, good flow. All that's normal and normal. You can go ahead and turn those on. Turn on all of this, let that run the bit test. Position lights to flashing. Control P. Anti-collision lights off. Ignition lights off. I'm gonna do the fast align on this thing. If I can catch it. Join MC. Nah, not tonight. I'm too involved in this campaign at this point. INS, alt align. Oh my god, I can't. Okay, alt align, fast. There we go. Bring up that. There, set. Okay, what else? exterior lights, position lights, cockpits, radios are set. Start. Fuel pumps are on. Check. Go ahead and start up the left. I'll definitely hop on Minecraft tomorrow though. This is kind of cool seeing the stick move. Alright, left hydraulics, engine oil, core RPM is good, we got no light there. Looks fine. What else we got? Flight controls, check flight controls. Pull up, pull down, flight controls feel good. Right engine, start. And we'll go ahead and hit nav there. Go ahead and hit that. And in terms of squawk code, all that stuff, we didn't really get assigned one, so not sure what to do there yet. Alright, we are fired up and ready to go here. Position lights can go to steady. Anti-collision lights off. Mission light not required. That's pretty much set. We don't got anything to set on the TACAN yet. Pitot heat on. Crossfeed off. I guess I could turn the ILS power on. Turn that on. Flaps cycle. Flaps are good. Speed brakes. And flight controls we already did. Anti-skid on. SAS. And SAS test, obviously it's all gonna work because we got no failures. Takeoff trim is set. On. All that stuff is all on. IFC bit check. Yeah, I guess we could do that. What else we gotta do? DTS load. Flight instruments, uncage, set.
Pull up. Altitude.
Altimeter
altitude.
set, vertical speeds and indicated airspeed is good. Back on that page. So how did we get to... Oh. So that's a flight plan. Not R. Let's go ahead and close the canopy actually. Forgot how to get the ground speed out. AP gen off. Switch off. Next, ladder stowed, idle core. I guess that's fine. EAC switch. Engaged. Exterior lights checked. Taxi light on. Alright, that's pretty much all we gotta worry about for now.
2-1 is ready for taxi.
Copy. Let me contact ground and let them know we're good to go.
Raj.
Yeah, it did say it was done, and then I switched it over to nav, so not sure. But I did the alternate line, I didn't do the slow one. Or the normal one. Nellis ground is on 275.
Right. Taxi Charlie Golf Alpha cleared to cross 03 right and hold short 03 left, double 1. Alright Kermit, you're going to lead this one again. You're going to be doing a lot of navigation and stuff on this sortie, so I'm going to stay conveniently behind you. Just watch how you're doing. Cool?
Roger that.
Great, go ahead and taxi to the active as instructed and I'll follow you out. Solid copy.
Yeah, except I wasn't really paying attention to what the hell we got for a taxi clearance. So we are... Where are we? We're over here. And we got 3 left. So we'll be taxiing pretty much the same way, except we'll have to cross 3 right. Okay. Watch our wing. Set takeoff flaps. You gonna start taxiing or no? Doesn't feel like it. Turn off the labels. Ready line has to start. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just I'll stick to the normal align on the next one. This should get the job done though. This guy's just not gonna follow. I don't know what's going on. I hope we don't have to restart the mission.
Looks like those Eagles are getting ready for a pretty big mission.
Yeah.
I assume if we go back to the Persian Gulf, the Eagles are going to be one of the first aircraft in, right behind Seed after they clear a path. More than likely, they're going to be hitting command center, staging areas, and supply lines.
Just like they did in Iraq. But if I remember correctly, back then they were just entering service. They didn't even have targeting pods installed on all the jets. They dropped a lot of Mark 82s under a constant hail of enemy AAA. I've read a few books, and everyone was amazed about the sheer volume of what Saddam had on the ground.
Huh.
That was a trial by fire for the F-15E and her crews. Some of their missions were pretty hairy, others weren't so bad. This time will be different, though, if we go back to that side of the world. Both sides will be using a lot more precision-guided munitions like paveways and JDAMs. That is, until it's safe enough to get low and dirty with the gun. In a conflict like this, our enemy is going to be better equipped and prepared, unlike what we're seeing in OEF and OIF.
Raj, so much for the you don't need the oxygen mask part.
Level 1-2, contact tower at 327.7. Roger, contact the tower at 327.7. Okay, we're coming up to Alpha, push 327.7, past 03 to right, stop short of 03 to left at the hold line, and let me know when you're ready for takeoff. I'll contact tower.
Okay. I'm not really sure what the hell you're doing, but 7. Is that the right frequency? Yeah, 3 points. Oh, past 3, right? It's gonna hang back there until we like take off. I don't get it.
One, holding short, 03 left, and up on tower.
Dallas Tower, double 1 flight, holding short 403 left, ready for departure. Double 1 Nellis Tower, winds are 028 for 10, cleared for takeoff runway 03 left. Please expedite your departure. Cleared for takeoff runway 03 left, and we'll hurry it up for you. Double 1.
Yeah, I think.
Alright, Kermit, go ahead, enter the active, and without stopping, get lined up and feed the power in and take off. Watch the instruments and reject the takeoff if you need to. I'll be a few seconds behind you.
I think something's
Roger.
definitely
One
wrong.
rolling.
Because I think he's supposed to be like following us. So I think I must have hit one of the scripts wrong. We might have to restart.
1, you're up.
Okay, maintain that 5-degree climb out and look for 180 knots.
Raj.
Well, true, but like on the last mission, I was supposed to taxi in front of him and it worked. I'm gonna just I don't even see him. So I think we might have to restart. Because it's like still there. Not sure what his plan is.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Oh well. Here, let's go ahead and start. Hopefully the mission isn't broken because of like because of the update. Speed run it. And if it doesn't work this time, I guess we'll just skip it. We'll just skip the mission.
Two, this is one. Radio check on uniform. How copy?
2 has you, Lima Charlie. Awesome, let's get the ATIS up at 270.1. Also, Ops is going to be calling ahead to tower for us in the set, so don't bother calling for startup anymore. After you've got the ATIS, get the HQ up and contact me on 32.5. Oh, and one last thing to remember. You've got all the frequencies noted down on your keyboard, so if in doubt, make sure you check there, okay?
Oh, Blackhawk.
Roger, Wilco.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with the ATIS, we already know. 5 something. 5-3, something like that. Fire up. Oh wait. So I might as well while
Greater than 10 miles. Clear. Temperature 26. Dew point 13. Altimeter 2959. Runways in use 03 left. 21 left. Expect visual approach.
Biff, this is one. Radio check, Fox Mike.
I get you 5x5, Kermit. Hey, while we're at it, let's see if Victor works fine. Push 124.6, and let me know once you're there.
Pushing 124.6. And there. Ready.
Okay, double 2, radio check Victor.
Roger, read you Lima Charlie.
Very good. Go ahead and finish with your startup and hit me up when you're ready for taxi.
Alright, now we're gonna just speed run through the taxi. Hello on YouTube, Zishan
Yeah, copy that.
Khan. What is up? Alright. On there. Flash. So I'm just gonna leave those on, I guess, and let the alignment do itself, or the alignment. Start engine 1. DCS load all. Alright, engine 1 is up and good. Starting engine.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Okay, I got INS nav ready, so I'm gonna hit nav. I'm gonna do GI, steer point. I still don't have the ground speed thing, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. It is on. Oh, okay. So I just gotta wait more. Can I redo it? How do I... forget? Oh, okay. See if I can, I'll wait on it. Oh, okay. See that? So, wait for it to blink pretty much, right? Yes. How do I get this on again? Forget if you're supposed to have the anti-skid on or off, or... Okay. Oh, I can't. Shout out to anyone just tuning in. We are playing the Iron Flag campaign with the A-10C on Nevada map. I bought it just like a couple hours ago and we're on mission 2. Thoughts on the new DCS update? I didn't even check what was updated, so I don't know. INS nav. So now I press it, right? I think I press it. Alright, so I got it. Nav. Got GI, steer point. EAC is on. And I still don't have the ground speed thing, but whatever. At least we did it the right way. Oh, do I go to flight plan first? No. Oh, do I go to function? I think this is it. So function 0. Oh yeah, that's it there. So function 0 and then... Okay, I got it. I'm a genius. Okay, waypoint 1.
2, 1 is ready for taxi.
Taxi.
Copy. Let me contact ground and let them know we're good to go.
Raj.
275 point.
2.1.
Go for ground, Devil. Double 1 flight is 2 A-10s at Thunder, ready for taxi with Kilo. Devil 1, taxi Charlie, Golf, Alpha, hold short, 03 left, clear to cross 03 right. Taxi Charlie, Golf, Alpha, clear to cross 03 right and hold short 03 left, double 1. Alright Kermit, you're going to lead this one again. You're going to be doing a lot of navigation and stuff on this sortie, so I'm going to sit conveniently behind you, just watch how you're doing. Cool?
Cool.
Roger that.
So this time I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see
Great,
if
go ahead and taxi to the active as instructed and I'll follow you out.
Okay, so he says that he wants me to taxi. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taxi.
One, taxi out.
Hopefully it works this time. I think I just didn't wait long enough on the last time. Better start moving. If he doesn't, I'm just gonna move on to the next mission. Sorry. Yeah, it looks like he's just stuck there. I wonder if I can, like, call him to action. It's not on the internet.
Join up.
Oh, he's moving. He's actually moving.
And 2's rolling.
Okay. I have to take like 10 years to do that. So I guess the mission is not broken. That is a relief. So we're gonna go out as fragged.
Ground
And
level 3 flight, 2 A-10s at Thunder, ready for taxi, Kilo.
Level 3.
Ground. Taxi Charlie, Golf, Alpha, cross 03 right, hold short 03 left.
Nice.
Ground, Taxi Charlie, Golf, Alpha, cross 03 Romeo, hold short 03 Lima, Devil 3.
Taxi light on. That's the one thing about the DCS missions is you gotta hit the waypoints and objectives just right for the scripts to activate. Taking his time behind there.
Looks like those Eagles are getting ready for a pretty big mission.
Yep. I assume if we go back to the Persian Gulf, the Eagles are going to be one of the first aircraft in right behind Seed after they clear past. More than likely, they're going to be hitting command center, staging areas, and supply lines.
Just like they did in Iraq. But if I remember correctly, back then they were just entering service. They didn't even have targeting pods installed on all the jets. They dropped a lot of Mark 82s under a constant hail of enemy AAA. I've read a few books, and everyone was amazed about the sheer volume of what Saddam had on the ground.
That was a trial by fire for the F-15E and her crews. Some of their missions were pretty hairy, others weren't so bad.
Yeah, we're gonna be flying the F-15Es soon
Both sides will be using a lot more
in DCS.
like paveways and J-dams. That is, until it's safe enough to get low and dirty with the gun. In conflict like this, our enemy is going to be better equipped and prepared, unlike what we're seeing in OEF and OIF.
Raj, so much for the you don't need the oxygen mask part.
Devil 1-2, contact tower at 327.7.
Yeah, soon meaning like a year from now.
Roger, contact the tower at 327. Okay, we're coming up to Alpha, push 327.7, pass 03 to right, stop short of 03 to left at the hold line, and let me know when you're ready for takeoff. I'll contact tower.
Alright. At least this time you're following me, so that's a good start. We're the third most viewed DCS streamer or stream right now. There's really no one else stream, or not any people that I really know. Clear to cross, clear on the left, clear on the right.
One, holding short, 03 left and up on tower.
Nellis Tower, double one flight, holding short 403 left, ready for departure. Double one Nellis Tower, winds are 028 for 10, cleared for takeoff runway 03 left. Please expedite your departure. Cleared for takeoff runway 03 left, and we'll hurry it up for you. Double one. Alright, Kermit, go ahead, enter the active, and without stopping, get lined up and feed power in and take off. Watch the instruments and reject the takeoff if you need to. I'll be a few seconds behind you.
Raj. One, rolling.
Turn is off.
Two's rolling.
You're up.
You're up.
Flaps up.
Okay, maintain that 5-degree climb out and look for 180 knots.
Raj.
I'm showing like 10 degrees on the attitude indicator, but whatevs. Let's slow down a bit. Fast. For anyone just tuning in, we're running the Iron Flag campaign made by Baltic Dragon and a couple other people. So far, it's been really fun.
Nellis Tower, contact departure 385.4 Alpha Mike. Double contact departure at 385.4 today. Okay, Kermit, push Nellis departure on uniform. I know it's a lot of jumping between different freaks. Perhaps we should go over using preset channels in one of the upcoming sorties. That sounds handy. Okay. Let me know when you have your uniform up on departure.
I do.
One is ready. Departure is set on uniform.
Nellis departure, double one flight is with you over Apex, climbing for 10,000 feet.
Oh, we're climbing for 10.
Nellis departure, radar contact. Clear to resume on navigation. Cleared for on navigation, double one.
Okay, I guess we're climbing to 10.
Alright, let's climb to Angel 10, speed up and maintain 220 indicated.
Alright, that's what I was waiting for.
One, climbing to Angels 10 and maintaining 220 indicated.
Where is he? He's in trail. Yeah, he's in trail behind me. But yeah, guys, we are on mission 2 of this campaign here. Mission 2 out of 10.
Let's go over some of the differences between the Alpha and Charlie concerning your navigation systems and how you use them for, wait for it, navigation. As you probably
Nice.
noticed, there are quite a few.
A-firm. The left panel looks similar, engine controls too. But almost everything else in the cockpit, including the stick, is different. It took quite some time in the sim to get a handle on that.
Yeah, about that stick, which is taken from the Viper, by the way.
Oh yeah.
It would be imperative through the course of this training to learn HOTAS in such a way that when I say TMS up short or pinky switch center, as I was, your fingers do what they need to do instinctively. You're going to need to be very proficient in your switchology in the Charlie. The HOTAS is a force multiplier if you can use it without having to stop too much and think about what you need to do. If you have to think on every button press or where the boat switch is, you're going to get behind the jet. I asked during the briefing to include the schematics in your keyboard for reference, so if you're unsure, just use that, okay?
Okay.
Thanks. If I need it, I'll flip over to it. So, where do we start on the nav?
Where's our altitude?
Cool. And with that, I'll get off my soapbox. Okay, back to the task at hand. We'll quickly go through the main instruments and panels used for navigation. So we'll start with the navigation mode select panel, or NMSP, then talk about the HSI, ADI, and then turn to the right console and talk about the auxiliary avionics panel, or AAP. We will also cover the basics of the autopilot and HUD today and focus in a bit more on the details tomorrow. Ready?
Okay.
I'm all ears.
I'm all ears.
Alright, so first the NMSP, which you'll find behind the aforementioned stick. Here you will choose the primary source used for your navigation. Your two sources are HARS, also known as Heading and Altitude Reference System, or the IGI, GPS INS navigation system. You can also quickly switch between the different points you will want to use as your destination or reference, such as steer point, anchor point, TACAN, or ILS. Good so far?
I'm good.
Yeah, we had something similar in the A-10A.
Okay, gotcha. The HSI, or Horizontal Situation Indicator, is located just above it, and I guess it didn't change that much. I'd say this is one of the most useful instruments, and it has lots of features that will make your life easier both during flying from point A to point B and during combat. We'll be returning to it in quite a few forthcoming sorties. Ready to move on?
I'm ready.
A-firm. I saw quite a few new cool features in the sim.
Good, I'm sure you'll love them. Okay, moving back up, you'll find the ADI, or Attitude Directional Indicator. This is your artificial horizon and will be very useful for your ILS landing, amongst other things.
Raj.
On to the right console. Obviously, the most important piece of navigation equipment we have over here is going to be the CDU. It is one of the more advanced and complex pieces of equipment we have in the Charlie. Did you take your time and go through the descriptions of all the pages and functions?
Yeah, sure. I gotta respond to that.
Yeah, I read all of it.
Really, no shit. Well, during a normal sortie, you will be using less than 10% of it, but it's good that you did it, and you should do it at least once. There are true jewels hidden between all the bit and test pages, which we'll come back to that.
I should have said no. Should have said no.
Okay, so just below the CDU, you will find the AAP, where you will power up the CDU and IGI. The two dials below are handy for quickly displaying CDU info about your steer point, waypoint, or current position, and for determining whether you will be using the waypoint database for your flight plan, mark points, or all of it. Take a look at these.
Okay, sounds easy enough.
Oh, so mission means you use flight plan and mark?
Blackjack at 377.8. Shit, Terminal got this, stand by. Roger, double one switching, good day. See ya. Follow me over to 377.8 and I'll explain in a bit.
Okay. Interesting.
Raj.
Blackjack, double one with you, South Mopa as fragged.
Sample 1, left deck, radar contact into the X-ray, and continuous on navigation.
What is that?
Canvas or X-ray, double 1. Sorry about that. I got all wrapped up in that CDU talk and didn't realize we're getting close to that turn for waypoint 2.
Yes, we are.
No problem. What's next?
Just go ahead and follow the flight plan and make that turn towards waypoint 2. Once you do that and are happy with your newfound knowledge, let me know and we'll move on with the training.
Alright. Still got 50 seconds to go to waypoint 1, so. That was kind of interesting though. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I believe it's a left turn. Yeah. Coming left. Going too fast. Okay.
2 is ready to move on.
Good. Alright, let's start with the HARS, IGI, and NMSP. There is no point discussing the first one. You should know it inside and out as it is the main navigation tool on the A model.
Sorry, but I have to disagree here. The main navigation tool was effective employment of clocked map ground skill, for which the INS is only a reference point.
Okay.
The drift was so high that without detailed maps of the terrain and careful study, we'd never be able to find our targets.
Shit, it was that bad then. Okay. Well, the bottom line is that the Charlie uses HARS only as a backup system. As stated in the Dash 1, the IGI navigation system is the aircraft's primary navigation system. It provides an accurate, worldwide navigation capability. The IGI navigation system improves navigation accuracy by use of the IGI. This system provides attitude, navigation, and vertical and horizontal steering information. Or something like that.
Something like that. Mechanical linkages,
Sounds
something
like
like.
reading straight from the Dash 1. But yeah, we have something similar in the A319s.
Right, of course you do. Oh, hey, by the way, during startup tomorrow, please remind me to tell you a little bit more about the different modes you can use for alignment. This is something important during the QRAs, which will
Yeah.
come in handy if you find yourself at this alert, either in the AOR.
That's what I want to learn.
Raj, I'll try, but you may have to remind me to remind you.
Okay, sounds fair. Now on to the NMSP. Think of our 4 lower buttons as a way to tell your jet which reference you should be using for navigation. The most obvious and most commonly used one would be the steer point button, which you'll find as the first one on the left. When selected, the button will have an illuminated green triangle, and the stick arrow on the HSI will be pointing towards your currently selected steer point, and the CDI will show your deviation from the chosen course. Good so far?
Yeah, easy peasy.
Alright, the next one is your anchor point button. Again, when selected, you'll see the green illuminated triangle. The anchor point, which most commonly is going to be bullseye, will be used as a reference for your navigation, making it the current steer point. Remember, set any waypoint or mark point as the anchor. Any questions?
Yeah. I want to ask a question.
hillside to another waypoint.
Imagine you're working with ground troops and you want to be able to quickly locate targets called by them. You may want to set their position as an anchor point. Or you're working with assets from other countries that don't normally use MTRS coordinates. Say, for example, some French jets or maybe helicopters. Then you want to choose a waypoint that is common for both of you as the anchor point. You want more examples?
Nope, we can move on.
Okay, the following two buttons are mutually exclusive as they both use the CDI and range indicator on the HSI. The first one will make the thin bearing needle, also known as the bearing pointer 1, point to the TACAN station that you have tuned into on the TACAN panel. The second one will show you the glide slope information for the ILS localizer on the ADI.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, let's tune our TACAN into Groom Lake at this time, so using the channel select knobs for the TACAN, now choose 1/8 X-ray. After you have done that, go ahead and check how pressing the TACAN button will change the way in which your HSI and HUD behave. There's no point doing the same for ILS as we're too far away from any airport, but once you're good to go, press the steer point button again, and let me know when we can move on.
Oh, it's definitely working. We got a thing counting down. Yep. Say it's working. Oh, use the F10. Ready to move on.
Alright, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. We only have a few things left that we need to cover on the NMFB, so...
Great.
There's a switch called the PT bar switch. It's in the middle of the panel, and this will stow or enable the yellow pitch bank steering bars and the course warning flag on the ADI. There are also two lights on the right of the panel. They are for indicating the activation of the UHF and FM radio's homing function, respectively. These features make your radios an additional source of navigation by homing in on the signal transmitted on whatever frequency you have dialed in. This is a handy feature which is most commonly used during CSAR missions. Anything else on the NMS piece, or can we move on?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, what about the Tizzle button?
Shit, forgot about that one. So Tizzle, well, we don't use it anymore.
That's funny.
Raj?
Another thing which I should have mentioned earlier is the difference between a waypoint and a steer point. So the CDU can store up to 2,050 waypoints, but unless one of them is selected as your steer point, no steering or navigational data will be displayed in your HUD, TAD, or HSI. So in a nutshell, the steer point is the waypoint or mark point you currently have selected, making it your destination. Make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Right on. Okay, another new feature for the Charlie is autopilot. Actually, we should have covered it in the beginning, as it's very handy for you to fly straight and check all your instruments as I described them. But it
Yeah.
seems you've already figured it out.
I've figured it out.
Actually, we had it on the Alpha.
What?
The autopilot. Last he was introduced on later versions of the A-10A.
Roger. Anyhow, it's on my list, so we need to go through it. So fireworks here, it's as simple as it gets. The autopilot switch is located just below the throttle set on the AC control panel and has three basic functions that will enable you to keep your current altitude, heading, or both. Let's go through the autopilot's three functions one by one. Ready?
Can't wait.
So starting with the basic mode, which you're going to find pretty useful for cruising, we need to make sure that we're flying straight and level or pretty near it. Then we'll put the autopilot switch in the middle position, marked ELT-HDG for altitude and heading hold, and press the button marked engage, disengage, located just to the left of it.
Yep.
You also use the button on the left throttle, and one last thing before I forget, you should make sure that the jet is pretty well trimmed autopilot. If you're too far out of trim, it will make the autopilot disco, which is a bit annoying. And with that, go ahead and engage the autopilot and let me know once you got her on.
It's been on. It's been on for like the past 30 minutes.
Autopilot is engaged.
You'll see the indication that the autopilot is on the left side of the HUD, and you should get the chime in the helmet indicating that your autopilot is engaged. This mode is useful for cruising, especially if you fly in the lead position or are in route formation. It should go without saying, but never use any autopilot mode when flying in close formation as a wingman.
Yeah, no
Right.
shit.
On to the second mode. Place the autopilot switch in the forward position marked path.
Do I have to? What if I just don't?
Done. Cool. Notice that the autopilot has not reacted to being put into path hold. Flipping the mode switch while keeping the autopilot engaged does nothing. It will stay in whatever mode the switch was in when you engaged it. Now disengage the autopilot by pressing either button. After that, while keeping your wings level, pitch your nose up and give me a 5-degree climb.
Okay.
In that climb, re-engage the autopilot.
Sure. It's about 5 degrees.
Okay, done that. 5-degree climb and autopilot is back on.
5 degrees on the ADI at least.
Path or heading while allowing you to put the aircraft into a climb or descent. Path hold will not hold bank. It does not like rolls, so always make sure that the aircraft is well trimmed. Okay, let me know when you want to move on to the third and final mode.
I do. I really do.
2 is ready.
Right on. This time we're going to force the autopilot to disengage without hitting any buttons. I want you to gently but firmly push the nose over, and you should feel the autopilot try to right the aircraft initially, then it gives up and takes off. Do that now.
Alright.
Warning, autopilot.
Okay, it disconnected.
Perfect. So as you can see, you can add in small, minute manual control inputs while autopilot is engaged. But anything much more than that, the autopilot will disco. Now this is handy if you need to make quick, split-second reactionary maneuvers, then you don't have to think about and take the time to hit a button to disconnect the autopilot.
Yeah, very smart.
Huh, imagine that.
Sweet. Get back to and trim for level flight. Push the autopilot switch in the aft position marked A-10C and enter a 15-degree left turn. Retrim and then turn the autopilot back on and let me know when that's done.
Alright. There's your 15 degrees about. Autopilot's on.
Yeah, done.
Cool. This is a very useful mode for when you want to prepare for an attack, scan the area, or when you just need to anchor. Your plane will hold a set altitude and bank angle, which will allow you to direct a bit of your attention onto other things, like searching for and sorting targets with CGB, working on CDU stuff and things, or a myriad of other tasks.
Yeah, I like this mode.
Certainly is useful, but compared to the A319, it's pretty primitive. With the 319, we've got 4 layers of autopilot, auto thrust, and computer-controlled flight modes.
I heard about that, yeah? What we have on the Hog's really simple, but it does its job. Now to finish this part, onto the restrictions. In order to engage the autopilot, you need to have the A-10C switch set to on. That has to be engaged. IFC needs to be in the test or on position, and the ICI must be fully aligned and selected.
Alright.
Okay, got that.
Sweet. I think using the autopilot is pretty straightforward. Okay, turn back towards waypoint 2.
Thank
Practice
God.
using the different modes and let me know when you're ready to move on.
Coming right. Just realized we sped way up. Supposed to be maintaining too. Yeah, fully aligned. think on the next mission you might talk about the alignment process more, so definitely want to pay attention to that.
Okay, 2 is good to go.
Okay, on the front dash you'll find the HSI. The HSI is a very useful, if not the most useful, navigation instrument. It is located in exactly the same spot it was in the A model, on the center dash and just below the ADI. When you're reading through the manual, you probably saw a huge number of different functions and pointers described there. It's all crammed in that little small space, but trust me, sooner or later you will use all of them. Okay, ready?
Let's get to it.
Alright, starting from the center, you will see a static white aircraft symbol there. This is very important to note that all of the indications are relative to this symbol. The outer ring of the HSI is where you'll find the rotating compass card with the top of the compass showing your magnetic heading. Additionally, you'll notice a thin lever line extending straight up and back down from the aircraft symbol. Finally, on the outside of the compass card, you have 2 pointers, one thin and long, and the other one short and thick. The longer, thinner one is labeled as 1, and the shorter, thicker one is 2. You can see the markings on the pointy end. Still with me?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really see the labels, but okay.
Yep, go on.
Okay, just checking. I know this is a lot and it's pretty dry. Alright, back to it. So the shorter one always points to the currently selected steer point.
Okay.
The longer one will point towards the selected TACAN or UHF station. Now both needles are sewed together if you have neither of these set. Don't turn your plane just yet, but cycle to waypoint 3, please. You can do that by making your HUD soy and pressing DMS up once, or using the steer point rocker switch on your upfront controller or the UFC. Once you've done that, observe the movement of the thick arrow, then switch to waypoint 4, and finally go back to 3. Let me know when you've done that.
I've done that. I see that.
It behaves in a similar manner as it did on the A model.
Yeah, it's pretty standard, but it really shines when you use it in combination with the CDU. Before we move on, let's turn towards waypoint 3 before we get to Canada, eh?
Okay. Oh, hope you guys are doing good. This is pretty dry stuff in the campaign right now, but it's still a really fun campaign, and I am learning a lot, which is... The campaign did not promise to be really intense action-packed thing. It was more of a learn the airplane better than what you know, and so far it's delivering pretty good. I like it. I love the voiceovers are flowing seamlessly. The only problem we had was on some of the AI scripting there, but got past that, and so far it's pretty good. Close enough.
Devil 1's on the new course, ready to continue.
Good. You will see that the bearing needle points directly towards waypoint 3. However, the middle part of the arrow is way to the left. This is the course deviation indicator, which tells you how closely you are following the desired course. Since we turned long before reaching waypoint 2, we are left of the desired flight path, hence the DCI is to the right from the bearing needle. Don't worry about it too much, as we'll cover it in detail tomorrow. Actually, it may be that your CDI is all the way to the right. If that's the case, just switch your waypoint back to 2 and then return to waypoint 3. Now the CDI should be on the correct side. This is all connected with the waypoint attributes, and as I've said, this is for tomorrow's training.
Huh, interesting. I mean, I was on the left anyway.
Yes. The 2 dots to the left and the right are used to show you how far away from the desired course you currently are, and the scale can be set in the waypoint attribute. Now on to the 2 knobs below the HSI. The left one is called the heading set knob, and it moves the heading marker around the compass. The marker looks like 2 closely set white squares. You can use it to mark a number of things like the wind direction or desired attack heading. It's not connected to any other instruments and has to be set manually. Go ahead and check it now and let me know when you're ready to move on.
I'm ready.
This seems quite handy. The second knob is the course set knob, right?
Correct. It allows you to set the selected course in the window on the top right and move the course arrow around the compass card. You'll want to use it when setting up for landing or if you want to arrive at a specific waypoint coming from a certain direction, which we will cover and talk about when we get to the waypoint attribute.
Copy that. And the numeric window on the top left is the range indicator.
Stay firm given in nautical miles. So the last thing we need to cover here are the 2 small triangles just next to the aircraft symbol and along the intended course line. They indicate the course the aircraft will fly to or away from the selected TACAN station or steer point. Ready for the next part?
Yes, 2 is good to go.
Alright, man. Now that we've got some of the things up front figured out, let's move over to the right console and dip into the CDU, starting with the AAP panel which controls it.
Sounds good.
Check left a little bit.
So let's move over to the AAP panel now, which you're going to find just below the CDU. We'll start with the knob on the right, known as the page select dial. By default, this should be set to the other position, which enables data input into the CDU, while the other 3 positions are for read only. These selections will allow minor changes to what is displayed, but you would be unable to edit anything. So the important thing to remember here is, if you want to change any waypoint settings or attributes, this knob has to be in the other position. Copy?
Copy.
Yep. Other for display and the rest is for data editing. Got it.
No.
Whoa, let's back it up there, high speed. Other is for editing. All the remaining selections are for display. Had it backwards.
Nice.
Sorry about that. I copied all, but my mouth is quicker than my brain sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, so long as we got it now. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check the position and steer settings using the page select rotary dial. In the position setting, you'll see a lot of useful information displayed on the CDU and CDU repeater if you have it pulled up on an MFCD.
I do.
Position will display your current location in both lat long and MGRS.
That's awesome. That's actually really helpful.
Variation, altitude, and outside air temperature.
Oh, we're going slow.
Between indicated true and ground speed here, as well as Celsius and Fahrenheit for the temperature. Any questions at this stage?
No, that's awesome. Ask about MGRS car, ask about difference between indicated and ground speed, no. Ask about magnetic variation. See, you don't have any questions. Juan, yes, I don't have any questions. I genuinely don't have any questions, though. I mean, all of that is pretty self-explanatory.
I don't believe so. We can go ahead and move on.
Alright, staying on the AAP, the steer setting will give you all of the important information about your current steer point. The image in the left column shows the image, or desired magnetic heading, which is wind corrected. Below that, you will find the distance, elevation, and bearing to the steer point, which can also be changed to show the radial from the steer point on which you currently fly.
Wait, so... what can be changed to show the radial? This? Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Got it.
The right column shows time to go, second option is especially useful if you want to coordinate with other assets. Plan on practicing it in one of the coming sources.
That's gonna be
Set
cool.
up the desired time on target, you will also be shown a speed required to arrive at exactly the specified time. Finally, you can see the current wind strength and direction. Have a look at it and let me know when you're ready to move on.
That is so cool. That I literally did not know how to
Okay,
use.
ready to move on. Now on to the waypoint info page. Go ahead and switch your AAP page select switch to this position and let me know when you're there. Done. So this is a handy way to display its magnetic heading, distance, and time to go to 3 different points. Top right will show that information for the currently set waypoint. Bottom right is for the anchor point, while the bottom left gives you information about the steer point. The lines on the left side allow you to select the waypoint or mark point by either entering its number or letter, or by using the scratch pad to type in the name. And that's all for the right knob. When you're ready, let me know and we'll move on to the steer point dial. Okay, good to go. Okay, now we will briefly cover the flight plan fundamentals. So take a look at the left selector knob on the AAP. This is known as the steer point dial, and it should be in the flight plan position. In this mode, you will see the whole flight plan displayed on the tab, with waypoints connected by a green line. These green lines connecting waypoints together are known as waypoint lines for some weird reason. You may need to decrease the scale of your TAD or zoom out to see the entire flight plan. Now in order to do so, you first have to make it soy by long pressing the coolie hat on your throttle to the left or right depending on which MS
Oh my god.
is displaying the TAD. Or you can soy the TAD by pressing whichever OSB corresponds to where it says TAD. After you have the TAD set as soy, then press down on the data management switch, or DMS down, on the stick to increase the range and zoom out.
I did it.
Conversely, pressing up will decrease the range.
I
So
did
I'd
it.
like
I
you
did
to
it.
Now move the zoom out on the TAD until you can see your flight plan in its entirety, and give me a heads up when you're caught up. Okay, I decreased the scale of the TAD to the point that I can see my entire flight plan. Right on. The CDU will default into automatic flight plan sequencing. In this mode, the waypoints will automatically switch to the next one once you pass the previous one. There are applications where this is not desirable, and we'll go over them later on. Following so far? Yeah. If I'm tracking, and as I understand it, in this mode, the TAD will only display waypoints that are part of the flight plan, right? Even if I had more waypoints stored in the CDU? Exactly. Remember that the system can store up to 2,050 waypoints with those numbered 1 through 50 called mission waypoints. The rest, numbering 51 through 2,050, are called navigation waypoints. You will notice that part of the navigation waypoints are already assigned to airfields and cannot be edited, but we'll get back to that on tomorrow's sortie. On top
That's
of
a
all
lot of
that, we
things
also
saving for
have our
tomorrow.
mark points, which are labeled with letters. These will go from A to Z, while allowing you to use 25 of the available 26 letters. Oh, and one more thing to remember, that when in flight plan mode, you will only be able to move through the waypoints which are part of the flight plan. So you won't be able to set anything that is not in the flight plan as your steer point. Why can't you use all 26? I didn't catch that. One more time, please. Yeah, why can we use only 25 out of 26? I guess that I should have said you can only add up to 25 mark points manually. Mark point Zulu is set automatically as a marker for the site of your last weapons deployment. Mark point Z is a very handy thing, but that is a lesson for another day. Okay, copy that. Now, if you want to display mark points, you're going to need that left selector knob in the middle position labeled, you guessed it, Mark.
Mark.
We do not have any mark points stored in the system at this point, but we'll cover their use on another sortie, as they are mostly used for marking targets.
Yep. Makes sense.
Alright, got it.
The third position is marked Mission, and it will give you access to your entire waypoint database. Go ahead and move the switch into the mission position now, please.
Done.
Good. Take a look at your TAD. You'll see the green line has disappeared, and all of the mission waypoints are shown. Now, we haven't added any additional waypoints to those that were part of your original plan.
Looks like some new guys joining in on Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
The navigation
Or
waypoints
girls.
are not displayed in
We
the
are
input.
flying the Iron Flag campaign
There are
right
ways to
now.
do that, but we'll use the remaining button on the AAP, which we have not covered so far, the steer point toggle switch. By pressing it up or down, you can change your selected steer point. Go ahead and cycle it up until you get Nellis.
Okay. I got Nellis.
Okay, Nellis has set as my steer point now.
Word. To wrap up today's training sortie, let's talk about the HUD. Before we do that, though, let's turn back towards Sally. So pull up and turn towards waypoint 4. Return to Angel 10, and let's try and keep 220 and steady, please.
Coming right. I was doing pretty good with my airspeed there. I had it dialed in. But yeah, as I was saying, for anyone just joining, we're flying this new campaign. Well, I guess it's not new. It's new for me though. I just bought it. Red Flag or Iron Flag campaign for the A-10C. Basically, teaching us how to employ the A-10C a lot better. Based on the experience of real-world pilots, A-10C pilots, and got all the voiceovers and everything. So far, pretty fun. Pretty interesting learning about everything. It's not so much of combat, but I think we are gonna get to shoot the gun and do other stuff in the future. But right now, it's just pretty much button pushing, how all the systems work, all of that stuff. So we are on mission 2 out of 10, and we're just rolling through the info here.
Two is on course for MOPA and at Angels 10. Let's talk about those HUD things.
Fair enough. So I left this lesson for the end. I don't think there's a big difference between the HUD and the Alpha and Charlie, so we can go over it pretty quickly. Still, I have to go through the parts important for navigation just to be sure no stones are left unturned. So when you're ready, let's do it.
I'm ready, and if you guys want to use the commands, you can scroll down below the video or the live stream. You should have a list of commands down there, or I think you could press exclamation commands, but I think that just refers you down to the list. So scroll down, you can look at the list. There's some fun commands, voice commands, all that stuff.
Yes, 2 is ready.
Alright, here we go. First, let's talk about the total velocity vector, or TVV, which looks like a circle with 3 lines extending outwards. It shows the aircraft's inertial velocity vector, or, using English, the point towards which the aircraft is heading, hence its other name, flight path marker.
Copy. I'm aware of both names for it.
Good deal. Then you probably already also know that in windy conditions, and especially with a high crosswind component, the TVV may skew to one side of the HUD. This is completely normal, and it tells you that the plane is not going in the direction which the nose is pointing.
Yep.
Yeah, copy.
Okay, the flight path ladder and heading tape do not need any further explanation. On the left, you can see your airspeed, which depending on the settings can be displayed as indicated. Ground speed, indicated by a letter G, or true airspeed, which will have
Does that
a letter
change
G
with...
displayed next to it.
Okay, so that doesn't change it.
Now, on the right side of the HUD, you'll see the barometric altitude in feet. In nav and air-to-air mode, it will also show you the uncorrected CACD reading. In CCIP and CCRP modes, it will be corrected for installation errors, non-standard temperatures, and non-standard pressures, and may be different to what the cockpit altimeter shows. Below it, you'll find a flight path angle, which shows you the rate of descent or ascent in degrees. Further below that, you'll find the radar
Oh, so
altimeter,
that's in
which shows the
degrees.
exact altitude over the ground up to 5,000 feet. If you're higher, it will just display 4 X's. Any questions?
Oh, okay. Oh, I can choose questions. Repeat last, ask about IS, ask about switching master mode. Question. I wanna see how I can switch the HUD, but I don't wanna ask about like what IAS and TAS is, but
You said that you could change between displaying indicated, true,
okay,
and
yes,
ground
that's
speed on the
exactly
HUD.
what I
How
wanted.
do you do that?
Yeah.
Shit, I should have shown that to you on the ground during startup. First, you have to put the IFC switch into the test position.
Oh, okay.
There'll be a number of different menu items showing up on your HUD.
So you can't do it on the fly.
Select rocker on the UFC, move the arrow to the display mode line, and once you're there, press enter. The airspeed option lets you choose between true, ground, indicated airspeed, and Mach indicated airspeed. In this last mode, you'll also see the Mach number next to the speed readout. You change the options using the data rocker switch. Once you're happy, just switch the FC back into the on position. We will cover that in depth tomorrow.
So much to cover tomorrow, dude. I'm gonna be swamped tomorrow. Alright, I'm ready. Let's move on.
Ready to move on.
Ready to move on.
Okay, with speed and altitude covered, we need to move on. Make sure you're in nav mode if you would, please. Your steer point is shown as a small square on your HUD.
Yep.
You'll also notice that there is a line extending from the TVV towards it. If the steer point is outside of the HUD field of view, the designation cue will change. Go ahead and turn 90 degrees to the left and observe the marking on your HUD, and let me know what you can see.
Do we really have to do that? Coming left. Okay, I am 90 degrees left.
The steer point square now has a number above and below it, and it's just sitting on the side of the HUD. And the line coming out of the box is now attached to the TVV.
Yep. Okay, that line is pointing in the direction towards the steer point off of the TVV. This line is known as the C line. It is worth noting that the C line is not exclusive to the TVV and steer point, but that's a lesson for another time. Okay, so the box that is nailed to the side of the HUD is showing you which side of the jet the steer point is on. The
Okay.
number at the top is how many degrees off that side the steer point is, and the bottom number represents how many miles you are away from that steer
Oh,
point.
nice. Exactly 9 degrees.
That box was on the right side of my HUD and had a 120 on top and 13 below. I'd know that the steer point is off by 4 o'clock and 13 miles behind me. Okay, return to course now, please, and let me know when we can continue.
Will do. Interesting, interesting. I should descend back to 10K exact. Practice my IFR. Hope you guys are doing good, especially anyone just tuning in there. Welcome to the stream. It is 1:18, so sorry if I sound a little bit tired. But we are powering through this heavy heavy dose of information here with the A-10C.
Two's on course.
Good. On to the final part. So some more information can be found in the bottom right corner of the HUD pertaining to our steer point. And that's going to be just below the radar altimeter. The first line shows the steer point number and ID. As I've told you before, numbers from 1 to 50 are reserved for mission waypoints. 51 to 2050 are for navigation waypoints. And letters A to Z are for mark points. And the ID is going to be whatever you've named that waypoint, like Vincent, IP, or whatever, okay?
Okay.
Yep, copy that.
The second line shows distance, steer point, and target elevation. The first part is self-explanatory. The second one we'll cover in detail during weapons training, but for now, it's showing the elevation source as DCS. We can manually input our target's elevation, which will be displayed instead of DCS.
Okay.
Alright.
The third line shows you time to go and time on target delta. Time to go simply shows how long it will take you to arrive at the steer point with your current speed. Time on target delta will only work if you have set the desired time on target, which is something we're going to be covering tomorrow.
Nice.
Looks
That
like
is
tomorrow's
something.
sortie will be pretty intensive.
That's what I was saying. That's
Yeah,
exactly.
We'll do a lot of practical exercises. On the
Oh
ground,
my
you'll go through a
God.
flight plan, and then in the air, we'll practice changing waypoint attributes, creating new waypoints and mark points, changing anchor points, and using the desired time
Oh
on
man,
target function.
that's gonna be a lot. That is gonna be a lot
I
of
can't
stuff.
wait.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're well prepared and read all the operating manuals for navigation, okay?
Yeah, copy.
Okay, the last line shows the current time, but it can also be used for a time hack. This is a good way to synchronize actions with other assets and may be used in combination with desired time on target or separately. However, it's a bit counterintuitive when you use it for the first time, so let's go through the process before trying it out. Ready?
Okay. Seems like it's just a clock.
Alright, I'm ready.
We will do a 1-minute hack. So press the hack button once and type 0100 on your keypad. Then press enter on your USB. Once you do that, press hack again to return to normal mode. The system will now remember the last value you put in, so if you press the hack button again, it will show it on the HUD and immediately start counting down in the background. For your remaining time, you should press enter. If you want to start over, press hack again. Are you following?
No. Not really.
Could you repeat the last part for me, please?
Do a 1-minute hack. So press the hack button
Okay.
once and type 0100 on your keypad.
Yeah.
Then press enter on your USB.
Yeah.
Once you do that, press hack again to return to normal mode. The system will now remember the last value you put in, so if you press the hack button again, it will show it on the HUD and immediately start counting down in the background. For your remaining time, you should press enter. If you want to start over, press hack again. Are you following?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Kinda get that.
Yep, go on.
Okay, when I say hack, just press the hack button once, then enter to see the remaining time. Give it a try a couple of times and let me know when you're ready.
Hack. Okay. Ready. Oh. F10.
Okay, good to go.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, pack.
Right on time.
Okay, when we get to 0, I will change the formation to trail, meaning that I'll go behind you, okay?
Sounds fun.
"40 seconds." "10. 3, 2, 1.
Now,
Right on time.
alright, to return to normal mode, press the hack button again. Hey, good job today, Kermit. Alright, time to go home.
Let's do it. Dude, I'm tired.
Hey Biff, when we were going through the HUD, you said that you've been told that there was no big difference between the A and the Charlie. So, have you not flown on the A's before?
Negative. I started with Charlie here in Nellis when they were testing them. Took a couple of the experienced Alpha drivers, but also some of the new pilots.
Yeah, I know they were tested in Nevada. I also heard a lot about the A+.
Yeah, I heard that as well. Some kind of project going on in parallel with the Charlie. It's started by the National Guard, right?
A-firm. It's a longer story, though.
Ooh. Sounds like we're gonna get some
That's odd. I
interesting.
need to clear us out of this airspace. Stand by 1.
Tuna Blackjack? I thought we were already on Blackjack. Thought we've been on Blackjack. 377.8, we are on Blackjack.
Blackjack, double 1 is west of Mopa, looking to exit the training area and join the approach for Nellis.
Channel 1, exit via X-ray. Contact approach at 291.725.
Exit through X-ray and contact approach, double 1.
Oh, you just passed X-ray.
Okay, Kermit, make sure to tell me all about the A+ and Charlie one day. Not now, though. We're coming up to Mopa. Hey, since you're in a flight lead position, I want you to take over comms with Nellis, alright? Also, it looks like approach is going to have us shooting single ship approaches as SOP from now on, so anticipate them having you drop me off at the truck stop for the rest of our time here. Cool?
Yeah, sounds good. Just 'cause they can't script,
Sure, happy to do so. And copy about the approach procedure. Let me check the current ATIS, and then let's contact approach. Let me know when you're ready.
ATIS is on 270.1.
Nellis Air Force Base information mic. Time 015.
Stand by on approach.
Wind 028.
Check.
1 copies.
Visibility greater than 10 miles. Clear. Temperature 26. Dew point 13. Altimeter 2959. Runways in U03 left. 21 left. Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information mic and advise aircraft type on first contact.
Information mic and winds were
Nellis
0.
Air Force Base
2.
information mic. Time 0155. Wind 028 at 10. Visibility greater than 10 miles. Clear. Temperature
28.
26. Dew point 13. Altimeter 2959.
Approach is on 291.725.
Approach Devil 1 west of Moapa inbound for landing with information mic.
Devil 1 approach. Radar contact. Continue inbound. Expect a visual for 21 left.
Continue inbound for runway 21 left, Devil 1.
I guess we head to the truck stop. To preset, use channel knob instead of setting the whole manually. Yeah, I guess I should mess around with that. So I would hit
Level
load.
1, descend and maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000, Devil 1.
That is some nice formation from an AI. Right, those right there. I thought that was the truck stop. Oh well. I think we were cleared for 2-1 left, so... Jesus, what it...
Devil 1-2, enter a right-hand orbit over the truck stop for spacing.
See ya.
Approach, Double 1-2 copies, anchoring over the truck stop, right-hand orbit.
Devil 1, contact tower at 3277, good day.
Dallas Tower, Devil 1-1, runway 21 left, full stop.
Devil 1-1, wind is 028 from 10, check landing gear, clear to land, runway 21 left.
Gear's coming down.
Cleared to land, 21 left, Devil 1-1.
Flaps 10. And esket is on. I wanted to keep the speed up, but... Clear to land 2-1 left. We got 8,000 pounds remaining. Yo, mod is in chat. Let's go. Just about to land after like a 2-hour training mission. It's kind of intense. Were you guys playing Minecraft? How's your Minecraft session? God damn. I should add that. I gotta add that. I gotta add that as a soundbite. God damn. Alright, you should probably start down. Shout out to the viewers right now. I guess we're at 9 viewers, that's what it's saying. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm gonna hop off after this mission. If you guys wanna drop a follow, help me get to affiliate, this is gonna be your last chance if you want the follow alert, but if not, that's fine. But this is definitely gonna be my last mission after this because I am tired. That was intense. That was a lot of just learning stuff. Alright, go flaps to full, gear check down, landing lights on. Brakes out. try to slow down here. Alright, we are on speed.
Altitude, altitude.
Check. Alright, let's see if I can not ram the airplane into the ground. Too bad.
Okay, I'm safe on the deck.
Raj, taxi it back to Thunder and I'll catch up with you there. Devil 1-1 contact ground on 257.8.
257 point.
Roger, contacting ground on 257.8, Devil 1-1.
Dallas Tower, Double 1-2 on final for runway 21 full stop. Devil 1-2, Windstar 02 wait for 10. Check landing gear. You're clear to land runway 21 left. Clear to land 21 left, Double 1-2.
Awesome. That was such a cool mission. Oh, welcome back to Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada. We got our wingman supposedly coming in. Very cool. Very well structured missions, especially for like learning the airplane. This is gonna be a really cool campaign. It's not that much action packed, but in terms of like realism, I think this is the most realistic campaign that I've played. It's like the radio communications and the scripts and everything is well done. Go ahead and contact ground here. So whoa. What just happened there? Did I do
Okay, one.
Oh, okay, there we go.
After landing, then shutdown procedure. Good job today. Make sure you get ready for tomorrow's sorties. We'll cover a lot of practical stuff.
Oh shoot, it was
Roger, can't wait.
275.
Okay, that's it for today. Thanks, Kermit. Oh, one more thing. We need to knock out your ILS stuff, and weather is saying we may get some nasty in the coming days. If we get some soup, expect to scrub whatever we have planned to take advantage of that rare non-sunny day for your ILS.
Oh my god, okay. Yeah, teach me how to do an ILS.
Yeah,
I've never.
see you, boss. And thanks.
Thanks. Alright. Can I contact? Oh, it's not gonna let me contact ground. Taxi in. I could care less. That sucks. I made like one miss. Oh well. That's the thing with the DCS missions, is they're so finicky. Gotta get it right. What I don't like about them, but otherwise, bad. Where is my wing? Oh, one thing I want to check is if... Well... Never mind. We'll just taxi back. Look at that beautiful sunset. Let's open up the can. Awesome. But anyway, thanks guys for flying along with me today. Look, he's going around again. So it seems like he always does that. I really hope they improve the AI in the future. I hope like they're like actively working on. Yeah, I know a lot of people play for the multiplayer experience on DCS, but the AI needs to work over. It does. Alright, we are gonna park this thing up and shut it down. I'm not sure if it's even gonna give me a mission complete on this one because I messed up the final ground communication thing. But even if it doesn't, you guys know I completed that mission. It looks like I can't go that way because it's blocked off. You guys know the struggle. Yeah, things packed so closely to the wingtips here, it's kind of scary, honestly. Got a plane sheaf over there. Alright, let's go ahead and shut down all the stuffs. Light off. Off, I guess I never turned the lights on. That should... Battery. All it really did was hit the voiceover. Yeah, I guess I hope so. Because I did press space. We'll see if we get a mission complete. But anyway, that was a beautiful mission. That was honestly, even though we weren't really, still really nice refresher. I learned a lot of new stuff. By no means an expert in the A-10. I just like flying it. So glad you guys decided to stick along and watch through that. How boring as it an expert in the... that.
You can be my wingman
You
anytime.
guys decided to stick along and watch
Bullshit.
that.
You can be mine.
Thanks for the follow, dude. Ekio Nora? Did I even say that right? Thanks for the follow, man. Looking forward to streaming more for you guys later on. But anyway, I think that's probably gonna be it for me. But since we got 13 viewers, we might as well raid someone who up and coming in the streaming. It looks like we are the second most DCS stream tonight. We got someone else here. He's talking or not. Let me go ahead. Your daily reminder that you need to learn how to Rio, dude. Absolutely. If you wanna Rio with the F-14 sometime, that would be kind of cool. Let me get some music. And let me just check really quick if this guy's talking or not. Should be. I'll wait for the ad real quick. But yeah, I hope you guys stick around so we can support our fellow DCS streamers here with this raid. That'll be really cool. I think the most fun part of doing is getting to raid people. Well, thanks to you guys piling on the 12 views, 13 views we're at. Really cool stuff. This guy is in VR. He's talking. So we're gonna go ahead and see if I can hit him with the raid here. Again, 14 viewers now. You guys are filing in at the very end. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will catch you guys a little bit later, probably tomorrow. Anyway, see ya. Stick around for the raid.